Was good, everyone? Was good? Was good? Yeah, I got a lot I want to say in this video, but I'm not gonna drop every. I'm not gonna concerned because I want to change the way this channel is. I don't want this channel I gotta take this shit more serious, and I feel like a lot of not just me. There's a lot of other motherfuckers out here, but me specifically. Um, I need to take this shit more serious. A lot of people aren't taking this shit serious, and it's like it's like what because what's going on is like there's like some I don't want to call it witchcraft, but I see something going on, and I don't think it's witchcraft. I think it's just people, and what people are doing is they're not taking this shit serious, and as a result, not taking it serious causes symptoms, and those symptoms people complain about and they talk about like this is something they can make money on YouTube, or it's something that I can trauma bond with somebody, and oh look, but they want to be in this victim mentality, but it's like all of that shit is you not taking this shit serious. So we got to start taking this shit serious, and I was slacking on my Qigong for a little bit. I slacked off, and the reason I slacked off is because I was going on my fast, and once I reached like 10 days, I had very low energy, so it was hard for me to keep up with it. And then I didn't do it one day, and then when I got off the fast, I didn't do it, so I kind of got off. But I just got back on it. I've been doing it for 5 days, and like this thing really helps, and I really want to talk about this in this video because the qigong, this shit really helps. I don't even like to call it qigong. I just say that so you guys can know what I'm talking about, but it's really an energy exercise. It was not invented by no fucking China man. It wasn't some Indian spiritual Hinduism bullshit. It's just you harnessing energy. Tell me this: does me doing this with my hands, is that Chinese? Is this Indian? No, this is me fucking doing this with my fucking hands. You can't call this shit Chinese. So don't they try to label it, and they do all these labelings to push people away from it so you guys don't know what it is. Fuck what you heard about it. This is you harnessing energy, because just like you have windmills that harness energy to generate electricity, you're doing the same thing because your body's technology. So you're harnessing it, and then you can actually program and channel this energy and like do shit for you in the reality. Like there's breatharians that I'm listening to talking about how like niggas didn't have shit, and they're able to use this energy to obtain their life. And like I see it play out. Like I've been doing this, and it's like it's just so much shit. Just it's weird. Like a lot of things happening and shit. Like what's it called? Something happened to my vehicle, and somebody fixed it for me, and I didn't have to spend no money on it. And it's like it was this shit started happening when I was doing my qigong, and it just little weird shit. But this shit is really like we gotta start taking this shit serious, guys. Somebody said, "Yeah, I tried your qigong routine. We see it worked. I have more energy." Yeah, you got to keep doing it for years, though. It's not just you do it for a little bit. You got to do it for years. Like when you do it for like 2, 3 years, and that's when it's gonna transform you on a cellular level, mental level, and on a more deeper level where it's spiritual. When you just do it for a few days, you're just gonna feel good and relaxed. And when you stop doing it, you're gonna get that energy. You're gonna lose it. So you're gonna build the energy because it's about building it. Uh, it's about activating it, circulating it. Then you have to build it, and then you transform it to the energy. It's like stages to it. So what you're doing right now to feel relaxed and have a little energy, you're just circulating that energy. And when you're circulating that energy, that's very good because you have to start. And once you circulate it for a certain period of time, then you're obtaining it. And as you obtain it, you get more energy. You feel more different. You're perceiving the reality a lot more. You're not in the same consciousness because the more you build up this energy, you're not in the same type of like human consciousness. Like when I say human consciousness, I'm not just talking about bots. I'm talking about like even spiritual people who really aren't doing this. They could actually add more of an edge to their life if they do these energy practices, because these things actually help you. They help you in whatever you're good at and whatever you're already doing. So whatever the fuck you're doing, it amplifies, so you're able to focus more on it. This is why they had um the kung fu masters and all the tai chi, the people who fight, they would practice this because it actually strengthens your limbs. It makes you stronger, makes you more quicker, agile, and more aware all over when you do this for years and months and making a lifestyle. So this shit is really, it's that's why I've been, like, that's why I've been practicing it. I got off of it, but I just got back on it. I've been doing it for 5 days, and I can tell the difference. And like yeah. But I know a lot of people, they're not really into this. A lot of people, they really want instant satisfaction. Because one thing I'm noticing is, like, I'll tell people about this, even in my family and just in general. And I know most people, they don't really take a lot of shit serious. And the funny thing is, because everybody, because as a human being, everybody has something they take serious in life. So these people don't take certain things serious, and then they get upset when people don't take what they got going on serious. So it's like, and usually the shit that they got going on is not even serious. It's this, they're chasing something that's pointless and meaningless, and that doesn't even want them. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers trying to chase money, and it's like, bitch, money don't fucking want you, because that's why your ass don't got no fucking money. You wasting your time, because that's what the system had you do. They have you wasting time chasing money. Like, why the fuck do you need to chase money? That's not how it's supposed to be. That's why, because anybody who makes money, they actually have some type of goal, mission, or purpose. If you actually look at it, like, even somebody who's a criminal, their goal and mission is to be a good criminal. That's why they can create a credit card skimmer, and you don't, and you can't. So you see what I'm saying? Like, everybody has a, who makes money has a goal, mission, or purpose, or they're doing something to, like, cause extreme amount of um energy to the system. That's how you able to make money. All these people who chase money, but they don't have nothing, they don't have no energy. It's like, they're not even trying to develop energy to be able to make money. These people are fucking retarded. And these are the people you see, like, working a dumbass 9 to 5, or they pay lottery tickets, or they go and they just fucking, they're always complaining about, like, why they don't have shit. And it's not even always about not having shit. It's like, why do you want so much shit? Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they want so much shit, and they don't understand, like, that's a disease, that's a mental illness, that's depression, anxiety, when you want to consume so much. Back in 2018, before I was really doing any type of energy work other than going to the dumbass chiropractor, and I'll talk about that in another video on why I called him dumb. But back then, is like, I wasn't doing shit energetically, and when I wasn't doing shit energetically, nothing would, like, manifest into my life that the way I wanted to manifest. So as I started doing shit more energetically, hold on, I had a point. My bad. I had a point. I missed my point, but bad. I had a point. Cause extreme amount of um energy to the system. That's how you're able to make money. All these people who take money, but they don't have nothing. They don't have no. It's like, they're not even trying to develop energy to be able to make money. These people are fucking retarded. These are the people that just done that. They came out of these people. Yeah, they're not. So okay, I got where I was at. My bad, guys. Yeah, because a lot of these bots, I guess, like, they want a lot of things, and you don't want to when you need a lot of shit. That's a mental illness, and that's some type of, like, you're lacking something. So that within itself is a problem you need to fix. And when you start doing this energy work, you start to realize that you don't, like, want a lot of shit no more. And and I'm not saying, like, so, because this shit's supposed to come natural. Like, what you're supposed to do is just live your fucking life, do the practices, and gradually you're gonna get to the stage. It's not about needing to be in this, or I need to not make this, or need to not want this, and I need to do all you need to do is be yourself and do this and take care of your body. Like, my goal and my only thing in life is to keep my energy channels open and to keep my body healthy. And when I do that, then everything else works. You see what I'm saying? That's my mission and my goal, to keep the energy centers open and to keep my body healthy. And when you do that, then you become more in a blissed out, peaceful mental clarity state, which your consciousness, this is what they call breatharian consciousness, where it's like, you're not, when you don't consume, you're in a different state. And when you're in that state, then that's when you're able to actually, because you are what you attract. So if you're in that peaceful state, you can only attract peace. So this is why you need to be happy not having anything, because if you're not happy not having anything, then when you have something, you'll even be more happy having that. So, like, the more you're on this path, the more you don't need. The more you don't need is when you start getting shit. It's weird. You don't want to ever, like, because when we talk about desires, a lot of you guys think that you guys want to be in pain. A lot of you guys want to burn in fire. Desires is symbolic for fire. A lot of you guys, when you when you are thirsty and you quench your thirst, it feels good. A lot of you guys subconsciously want to be thirsty so you can obtain that feeling of quenching your thirst. That means you want to go through pain. So a lot of people think their pleasures are pleasures, but in reality, their pleasures are pain. It's such a mind fuck. Like, in order to enjoy a tasty hamburger, you have to go through starvation or pain. You have to, because you can't enjoy food when you're not hungry. So you guys, oh, I love to eat, I love to do this, I love to play video game. That means you love to be in pain, because you need to be in pain to have a desire to want to do something. You can't want to do something and not have some type of pain before you, even if you're able to do it. Like, even if you're a billionaire, you could do whatever you want. I want to go to this place. You have to have some type of pain. This is why I say that desires are pain, are the devil. It's pain, it's fire, burns you. But people like that shit and they're in their hell. And then when you're in your hell and you think it's heaven, it's gonna manifest as a hell physically eventually. So this is where you keep doing the same thing. You don't like it no more. Like, you listen to the same song and you don't like it. That's because it was always hell, but you had to realize it. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you listen to it so long and it manifests physically as you don't like it no more. Whereas when you first liked it, it was still hell, but you didn't know. You didn't know, but you had to listen to it so much because you did it so fucking much. So this is why, like, you want to get rid of all your now. I want to say, when I say get rid of all your desires, I'm not saying you want to, because you can't do that. You can't do that, but you can get to a point where you don't like shit that you used to like no more. Because you're always gonna have some type of desire, even to live. Like, you can just kill yourself right now. You don't want to kill yourself because you have a desire to fucking live. Otherwise, you just kill yourself right now, and even then, you have a desire to kill yourself. But so it's like, at the end of the day, I'm not saying get rid of all your desires, but it's good to be able to be in a mindset where it doesn't, like, you don't give a fuck about it no more. Like, it's very tame. And in certain things you don't even like a lot of things you guys like, a lot of food you guys like, you don't really like that shit. You've been programmed subconsciously through mind control, through when you were young and you had certain experiences with that food or that type of activity, and it shapes you to what you are today. So you don't even like a lot of shit you don't like, but a lot of you niggas don't even know yourself to know what you really like and what you don't like. And then when you realize you don't like it, you're gonna realize you wasted all that money, time, and energy on something you really didn't even fucking like. That's why it's good to know yourself as soon as possible so you don't waste so much time. It's like a drug addict that's on drugs, but then you see him get sober. When he's sober, he doesn't think about the time he's on drugs, unless they're in the relapse process. But somebody who's successful, who's a millionaire and accomplished their life, and they used to do drugs, they don't think about drugs no more because that's not what they like no more, because they changed that part of their brain. So you got to get to that state. Because once you eliminate a lot of shit you don't like, you realize that it's a lot of things that you thought you really gave a fuck about, but it's really on autopilot subconsciously. This is why you can't stop doing the shit you want to do, because it's ingrained in your brain, and you have to do the energy work and release it. Like, everything costs money. If you're a drug addict for 50 years or for 40 years, you can't just wake up in the morning and say, oh, I want to just stop doing this shit, without putting it in some energy work. This is why the longer you are in some bullshit, the harder it's gonna be to get out, and you gotta take more energy to get out, because you gotta like, nothing's free. Even to get energy, you have to give energy. Even to get energy, you have to give energy, and how that plays out is you having to do something you don't want to do at a time you don't want to do it, but you're forced to do it, and you have to do it at that time, otherwise you won't get it. That's how it plays out most of the time. So that's how you get energy without getting energy. So the universe will probably create some shit, or not the universe, but like, you'll just be in a situation where you have to do something, you may not want to do it, you may not have the full energy you want to do it. Yeah, but it's time, we gotta take this shit more serious though, for real. At least I am, for real, because yeah, I'm gonna just yeah, I'm also gonna have to tone it down on the cussing and shit, because I'm not trying to get this channel banned. These motherfuckers. Well, I could say this, but these motherfuckers trying to get this channel banned. So I'm not like trying to go all out, but they're trying to get this channel banned. And it's not like I can still cuss and shit. I just can't get disrespectful. Because when I get banned, it's not because I'm swearing. It's because I'm getting disrespectful. Because when I get disrespectful, I get really disrespectful. So the algorithm really, it notices it. Like, you guys can, because I see people get disrespectful all the time. It's not as impactful. But when I say it, because I got a Mercury in Aries in the 8th house, it comes off very, very um vulgar, disrespectful, and harsh. When I come out, it just, I can't. I've always been like that. Even when I started cussing when I was like 4 in school, I always been like, will say the most vulgar, harsh shit. So I like, that's just my Mercury's in Aries in the 8th house, and yeah. So when I say something, they pick up on it, and they don't like it for some reason. Yeah, yeah. But and one thing that I've noticed about doing this my energy exercises over these last few days is I'm not as reacting. Like, I can react, like when I'm in the external environment, I don't react as much anymore. Like, I'm able to, because a lot of you guys will watch my videos and listen to the information, and you may go out in public. This is not all you guys, but some of you guys may go out in public, and then you forget the information because your mind is so stimulated by the external environment. So you may be like moving a certain way, you may say a certain thing. Like, I was watching a YouTuber, and he talks about like stuff that I'm talking about, and he went into the grocery store, and when he was exchanging with the cash register, talking to the cash register, he was saying certain words that he's never said on his YouTube channel. And I'm like, this is how the system has you programmed, because this is how it has you programmed into doing shit that these bots do, and how you speak and talk in certain words. And is weird. So like, that when I seen that, it made me just realize that there's like some type of warfare going on, where they want you being, they want you being something you're not. And like this shit shit is deep. China native said, "Yeah, I always forget the information when I'm in public." Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like this used to be my case. This is not how it is no more for me. When I started doing my yoga specifically, and the energy work just made it even more. But when I started doing my yoga, it started making me be more focused. I started doing that back in 2021. When I started doing that, because that's releasing the energy, and just like the energy work. So when I started doing that, I was able to be more focused within my reality and not let certain things like persuade, because most of the reason a lot of you guys have the problems you have is because you have blockages. A lot of these dumbass spiritualists out here will like to tell you, they won't even like to tell you because they don't know shit. Most of them, they'll be like, oh, you gotta be more confident, you gotta be more charismatic, you gotta be more this, you gotta shut your stupid ass up, nigga. How do you be that? There's a reason you're not being it. And they'll say, well, you just got to keep doing the same thing over. If you're scared to talk to people, you got to keep talking to them. Shut the fuck up, nigga. That's not what the fuck it is. At least that's not what it is for me. And when I see other motherfuckers out here, that's not what the fuck it is. It's what it is 99% of the time it's a fucking blockage. And because people that have the most blockages are usually the most charismatic. They could talk the best. They could fucking look the best. They do the best. They're the most intelligent. They know everything. Those are the people with the most blockages. And then the people with the least blockages most of the time, these are the fucking idiots. So you'll get somebody with that's an idiot that has no blockages, and get somebody who's a genius that has blockages. And in that setting, it's gonna look like the person has mental illness or some shit like that. Oh, this person's mentally ill, whatever, and he can't do this. But in reality, he just has a blockage, and his blockage was removed. He'll be more intelligent than this dumb motherfucker. So it's all about blockages. This is why you see motherfuckers, because if you're out in public and you're out and you doing something and then you feel anxious for no reason, it's not entirely, yeah, it's your fault because you didn't take care of your blockages, but the blockage is making you feel that way. Don't be like, oh, I'm an anxious person. No, you should say, I have a blockage and I'm going to remove the blockage. And when I remove the blockage, I'm a different person. And I'll be able to look at that other person I was and be like, the fuck? Like, how the hell was I that? Just like when you have a blockage, you can't imagine yourself being somebody who's whatever your problem is, confidence or not having anxiety. You can't imagine it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have it. So when you remove the blockage, you're not going to be able to imagine how you work because you're a different person. This is what they call different type of, it's a pranic consciousness. Not no, this is not just you healing, because there's just healing and there's the breatharian healing. And like I say breatharian just so you guys can know what I'm talking about. I want to find another word for the another term for these words and shit, but there's breatharian healing and then there's regular healing. So when you're going through the breatharian healing, you're actually building what they will call prana. This is energy, and you're building this. You're circulating it because the stages to building it. You circulate it to activate it and then to have it flowing. This is the state where you're feeling calm, relaxed, and you get a little energy. Then as you keep doing it, it becomes more dense. Then you're accumulating it. When you accumulate this energy, this also has spiritual effects. You can create energy balls. Chi balls is what they call it. And you can actually program them and create, like, have it manifest and create certain situations and shield you and shit. And you could see this shit play out in your reality. Like I just told you guys, like there was something wrong with my car, and I was doing this practice for like 5 days, and I was doing this before, and I always like would just have an intention, and then like somebody helped me fix my vehicle, and they didn't even charge me no money, and I'm like. And like this is not like I said, this is not this shit is deeper. Like the whole breatharian thing is not just about eating. This is about like creating it, because when you get to a state of not eating, you're in a state of abundance, and you got that's like billionaire status. So once you eliminate food, you're in a frequency and a vibration. Not even just eliminating food, but just doing the energy work. When you're doing the energy work and or removing food, you're putting yourself in a frequency where you don't need much. And when you don't need much, you're in a certain state of peace and calm, and that attracts, like, that's like a billionaire status level. So this is why you'll see a lot of these breatharians, when you look at their life, they're able to not do shit but just be a breatharian and just travel the fucking world, because they're able to, that shit comes to them, and it's like it just plays out because the way the energy is. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't need nothing. Like once you worry about not just focus on your health and removing these energy channels, then you will by default attract what you need in life. It's not about getting all like who's fuck money, fuck all that other dumbass shit. Because as you start doing these energy practices, you're not that shit's not gonna bring you as much joy because that energy you're building within you that's enough to sustain you. It's like if you're high off fucking heroin and alcohol and you're anybody who's been high off a narcotic like heroin, alcohol, or some other hard shit, like like that shit gets you fucked up. It gets you high, like intoxicated. So if you're intoxicated and you see these homeless people that are high, they just stare at the wall all day. Like how do they do it? Because they're high. When you're drunk, you can stare at the wall. You don't need much. So this energy is like a natural drug. Look at it. When you build it up through doing the meditation, the fasting, the healing, this this energy, it sustains you, so you're able to not need as much. So this is where you'll see a people, they don't need much. It's not that they're just forcing themselves not to need much, it's that they built enough energy where they feel so good within where they don't need much. Because the reason you want to go play a video game or you go on social, do whatever you do, is because you're bored, you're lacking, you're in pain or whatever, so you have to fulfill it. So you notice when you have this energy, then your desires for things are going to decrease significantly. So it's like because people look at you like, oh, well, you're not doing anything. You're that sucks because I like to play video game. Like, but the thing is, you guys got to back us. The person who doesn't need shit is actually in a more peaceful state than a person who needs shit. Because like you guys don't get it. It's like actually backwards. But yeah, if anybody got any more questions, and whoever sent that donation, it was the same person who sent that. They sent me another $200 donation. Shout out to whoever that was. I know who it was, but I don't want to say your name on here because I don't know if you want your name to be public. But shout out to you, whoever sent that $200 donation. Yeah, that very appreciate that donation. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Let me drop the link if anybody wants to join. Should have dropped the link earlier. And don't forget for you guys to do. Don't forget to do the yoga as well. Yoga is very, 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 very important. They're all important. Fasting, yoga, and the energy exercise. The yoga, the yoga. I need to speak more on. Um, I'll probably make another video on that. But with yoga, you want to find out. I suggest you do full body yoga stretches for everyone, but everyone has a blockage within their spine. Like it's very rare for somebody to not have a blockage, and more people's blockages are more severe than others. And when you have a blockage, this can play out as a health illness or issue because the organ, the nervous system, because the chi energy, it goes through the spine. So you need to open up the spine to get the maximum benefit of the chi. This is why you need the yoga as well, because you need to have the maximum benefit. So when you're doing the yoga will open up the channels. And how you find what you first need to do before you even try doing that is figure out where your blockage is. If you have a blockage in the neck, it's going to play out as certain illnesses, problems. If you have it in the back and the shoulders, it's going to play out as certain illnesses, problems. Depending on how deep the blockage is, it could actually put pressure on the nervous system and the energy going to the organ. So you may have a health issue like a liver pain, or you may have problems with your like shoulder pain. And you may also, with that shoulder pain, you may also have a headache all the time or some shit like that. Or you may have kidney pains, or your stomach is hurting, your heart is, but all of these can be a sign, because all of this is a sign of an energy blockage. So when you the cleanse the energy blockage is three ways. It's fasting, the energy exercise, and the yoga. All three of them. Sometimes you can just some people, depending on how the energy blockage is, all you have to do is fast and it will cleanse it. But that doesn't mean you don't want to do the other two, because the other two will also cleanse the external parts of that energy. It's like I gotta break it down way more, because it gets kind of like, I don't want to confuse you guys, but you want to do all three. Don't just think you want to do just just fasting or just qigong or just yoga. You have to do all three, because what happened to me is, because you want to cleanse the blood, because you can have a healthy liver because you did yoga and qigong, but if your blood is toxic, then your liver's still going to be fucked up because the blood is there. And how you cleanse the blood is through fasting. This is why you need to do all three of it. Qigong cleanses blood as well, but it's not as sufficient as fasting. Fasting really cleanses it on a cellular level. The Qigong actually gets the blood more flowing, and which is good. It's supposed to flow. Same with yoga, it gets it flowing, but the fasting cleanses it and purifies it because it removes all the impurities. And when you remove the impurities, then that also helps the organ. Some people, you guys may say, well, I did yoga and my back pain is my organs, or I still feel sick. Well, the reason you still feel sick is because you may have something wrong with your blood, or the key energy around that organ is very lacking, so you need to do that. So yeah, you did the yoga, but you also need to do, this is why I say just do all three. And you want to first find out where your tension is in the body. Like, let's just say you have tension in the neck, like I did. I had a huge tension in the neck. When I had tension in the neck, I couldn't fucking sleep. I couldn't do shit. Um, like, I had headaches 24/7. This was like back in 2012 is when it started. Like, I had headaches 24/7, and it was so bad where I had to just drink alcohol and get high like all the time. And so, like, just to ease the fucking pain and shit. And so it was normal for me to do. I was drinking, getting high like every day, all the time. So I cut that shit out when I started going to the chiropractor. Come to find out, this was a fucking huge block in my neck. And I remember back in the day, I couldn't even fucking twist my neck. Like, my neck, I didn't even I thought it was normal, but like, it was hard for me to twist it, and it was weird. I was hella skinny, but I had a fucking like double chin kind of, because my neck was so stiff. So like, I removed the energy, and like, I think back in 2012 though, something happened back in 2012. I think while I was smoking some well, I don't really want to get into that, because I don't want to get into this stupid shit. It's really dumb, but something activated in me, and that's when my headaches came, and then that's why that shit, I had that tension, because the tension was always in my body, but when I was smoking, I guess something activated it, and I got like this shit hella like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but ever since that day, the tension got worse. And then it was like that till I started going to the chiropractor, like in 2016. So ever since then, I've been working on like cleansing and healing and removing the blockage. And as I'm removing it, I'm noticing I don't need to eat. So this got me into breatharianism in a way, amongst other things, where like I don't need to eat as much anymore. It's like, because when you become a breatharian, it's not an overnight thing. Like, oh, I'm not gonna eat tomorrow, or I'm gonna just be a breatharian. No, this shit takes at least. They say at least the average person takes 5 to 10 years to become a breatharian. I've been doing this shit since 2016, removing the energy blockages. I didn't even know I was doing this until beginning of 2023, late 2022. I didn't really know I was doing this, because I didn't think it was not possible to eat really. I knew I could eat like once a day or some shit. Even though I was talking to you guys about breatharian, I was talking to you guys about fasting, but breatharian, I really wasn't on that shit just recently. So like, this shit just made me just come to the find out, like, because when you guys see me back in 2023. When you guys see me back in 2023, I didn't think I could be a breatharian. I didn't think I could be a breatharian. Now, based on the experiences I've been through, I know for a fact I could be one. And the funny thing about this is that there's so there's so many people that doubted me that didn't, because I got personal people in my life and in my family. They say, oh, you can't be this, you can't be that, but they don't understand that it's a slow process. So like now we're in 2024. I've been doing this for like 8 years. Like this just this week, like I literally like only I only drank liquids except for yesterday. Yesterday I had some solid foods. I didn't drink anything but liquids. So, and I know I'm getting there. Like I'm still kind of beating myself up because I feel like I shouldn't even need liquids at all. But I see I'm getting there, and it's because I'm doing the energy work, and I know that in the next, hopefully, year or two, I probably wouldn't need that much, if anything. So this shit's crazy. That's why I'm like I'm really, because I'm just starting, because as the months go on, I'm starting to come to the knowing that I can do this shit. But before I didn't, I've heard people talk about it, but I didn't think you can do it. I was like, I didn't think, but I'm starting to realize it. So this is why I'm making this video, to let you guys know like this shit is possible, and you just got to really clear the energy. And we don't just look at clearing the energy like, oh, I want to be a breatharian. Like even if you're not a breatharian and you're a spiritualist, and you, because this still applies to you. So if you just talk about spirituality, if you eat every day, do yoga and qigong, it's gonna make you better at what you do. So whatever the fuck you do, if you're a professional eater, you do qigong, and if you're a fucking porn star or whatever, qigong is actually good for that because it raises the sexual energy. It makes you more sexual when you start doing the qigong. As you do the qigong some more, then it's supposed to like tame it, where you're able to control it. But that like it makes you more, because the qigong and the yoga, when you just do that without the spiritual aspect, it just makes you better at what you are already. So if you're a thief, or if you're a dickhead, if you're like somebody who just a fucking like whatever you are, it's gonna make you more of that, because it will give you the energy to be what you already are. It's not actually cleansing your mind. So you can still do this to help you for what you're gonna do. So doesn't just apply to just being a breatharian. Yeah. But you always wanna do your yoga as well as the energy exercise. You always want to do your yoga. I've been doing it every single day. I focus specifically on my neck because that's where the biggest blockage was. So that's what you want to do. Like figure out where your blockage is at, and then work on that. And then that will really remove. That will allow the energy to really flow through you, so you can actually feel it. Once you open all these channels successfully, then you'll be at it. Depending on who you are, because it depends on who you are. Like if you're, because everyone, once you open your channel, like, because not everyone, this is not the path for everyone. So you guys got to understand, like, the people who resonate with this video, once you fully open your channels, you're not gonna feel like you need to, um, you're gonna have a different lifestyle. I'm just gonna tell you that you'll have a different lifestyle, and then as a result of that lifestyle, then that's when everything's gonna just start happening. You're not gonna need the shit you thought you need. Like me, like, because I had people in my family and people just I know personally telling me, oh, I should do this, I should do that. I'm like, fuck you, nigga. You can't tell me what to do, because your life is not where I want it to be. Like, if I was living your life, I would be miserable. And yet these people are telling me advice like there's somebody I should look at. And it's like, they don't understand where I'm coming from. So like I don't even explain people right now, because there's people that I know I don't want to get personal, but it just, because I'm starting to get personal. I don't want to get, that's another thing. I don't want to get personal on this channel anymore. Yeah. If you guys haven't got any, go and get you guys some Teeth Aid mouthwash. You can get this on Amazon. Teeth Aid mouthwash. This removes all dental problems. If you have gingivitis, um, cavities, gum disease, even if it's severe, like anything that's like teeth wise, it can get rid of. I've been using this shit for 10 months. April of last year is when I started using this, and I've been using it. I go through 2 bottles a month. So I've been using 2 bottles for like 10 months, and my shit is like straight, hard. That's why my shit looks hella good. When you use it a lot, it actually like forms. It makes your teeth like wider and straight. It makes your teeth more straight because it's killing the bacteria in the gums. And when you kill the bacteria in the gums, it allows the teeth to go back to its natural position. Because when your teeth are decaying, it it loses its position. So when you're using this, it cleans the gums out, and then your teeth go back to its position. Because before your teeth fall out, it loses its position. So your teeth are straight, and then it gets weaker, and it starts losing position. Then it falls out. This actually reverses that, so it makes your teeth more straight. So if you use it for like 6, 7 months, your teeth are like hard. You don't ever need to go to a dentist. Never ever go to a dentist. I've said this a lot in my other live streams, but never ever ever go to a dentist. I repeat, never go to a dentist. A dentist, there's nothing a dentist does that I would say is useful or that's needed other than tooth extraction. And the only reason you should get your teeth extracted is if it's like so it's impacted to the point where it's causing pain or it needed to be removed or some shit, like some very rare case, because most of the time you don't even need to fucking do that. You could just go get something like this and it will it will heal that problem. It's called teeth aid. It says effects: eliminates bad breath, removes tooth plaque, tartar, heals gingivitis and periodontitis. Periodontitis is very, very severe gum disease. That's what I had, which gave me a blood infection into my fucking bloodstream. I had a tooth infection in my bloodstream because I had severe periodontitis disease. That's why I started fasting to heal that. This shit kills periodontitis. And the reason I had it because I didn't brush my teeth for like over 10 years. I don't even remember a sustained period of time of me brushing my teeth when I was young. I always hated doing it. So it says, and that shit caught up to me. So yeah, you gotta, and you have to. The thing about brushing your teeth is you can't say I don't want to brush my teeth for 10 years and then start brushing your teeth for 5 years. It doesn't work like that because the damage that was done, it needs to be repaired. So if you don't have something like this and you just start brushing with that bullshit ass Crest or Aquafresh, then it's gonna just be worse. And then you're gonna be like those people. Oh, I brush every day and my teeth is still getting cavities because your shit is already the stage of the decay has already reached a level where it can't really go back unless you get something like this to actually kill it. Because the toothpaste and shit, that doesn't kill it. Crest, Aquafresh, all that bullshit they sell you at Walmart, it doesn't kill it. It all it does is just make your teeth fucking. It's just like you getting some shit and putting like some cologne on some shit instead of actually getting bleach and getting rid of it. That's what toothpaste does. It doesn't actually kill anything. It just makes your breath smell good. So you want to get you some of this. So it says it heals gingivitis and periodontitis disease, which is severe gum disease. Relieves toothache. It doesn't even relieve. Gets rid of that shit because once you take it long enough, it's going to get rid of it. So it says relieves toothache, prevents and removes cavities. Restore tooth enamel. Stimulate The formation of restorative dentin. That's the shit that once the cavity gets past the dentin, then the stupid ass dentist will say, "Oh, it's at a point of no return. Once it gets past the dentin, it can't heal." Shut the fuck up, nigga. It doesn't matter if it gets past the dentin because if the dentin can heal, why couldn't the other shit beneath it heal? That's not the body's not fucking retarded. You just need to take further measures because it went different. This is the further measure. Dumbass dentists will tell you, "Oh, the dentin, once it goes past that, it's not gonna heal." I swear, man, these dentists they piss me the fuck off because like well, that's another video. I don't want to get into that. And I'm not trying to be negative. But it's like stimulates the formation of restorative dentin and stimulates the regeneration of lost teeth. This, I don't know if it does. It says it can stimulate regeneration of lost teeth. That's what it says it can do. I don't know if it can go that far because like a lost tooth, that's like a lot of fucking like. So I don't know about that. But if you probably have like a little chip on your tooth and you use this, it might actually fill it up. I don't know if it's a small chip. I don't know about a whole tooth though. But this thing works. I've been using it for 10 months. It's called, this is on Amazon only. It's called Teeth Aid mouthwash. They have other brands that it may not say Teeth Aid, it may say Zexalilla, or there's another one that just says mouthwash. And it's just like other brands, but they're all still the same brand. But if you can try to get the Teeth Aid, usually it's hard to kind of find a Teeth Aid one because I like this formula the best. But the other formulas I tried and they work just as good. And when you swish it, it says swish it for 15 seconds. And this thing, these are very cheap. It's like you could get two of these and one last 30 days for like $10, $7, $8 on Amazon, free shipping, and they'll send it to you next day because they keep it at the warehouse, so you can get it like real quick. It's not like they sell it from China and shit, even though it was made. But yeah, check this shit out. This shit will remove all your dental issues. Any dental issue you have, this shit will remove it. So I've been using this for like 10 months. I'm about to use some right now. Wait, did I use some this morning? No, I didn't use some this morning. But when you put it in your mouth, swish this shit. It says swish it for 15 seconds. Fuck that. Swish this shit for like 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Make sure it really penetrates that shit. Yeah, it's a gel. It's a foam. You wash it out with some water. Yep. You want to swish it for at least 2 minutes, a minute and a half to 2 minutes. They say 15 seconds. Fuck that. You need to do this shit. It really penetrated in there. You said it's in Walmart in Canada and in Amazon. Oh shit! See, they don't have it at no Walmart here. See, this is why I don't fucking fuck with the U.S. and that's what I want to talk about. Thank you for actually saying this statement because it made me want to speak about how I want to get the fuck out the U.S. because I don't like the U.S. anymore. And before I talk about that, they say it's in Walmart. It's not in no Walmart here. You can't get shit. When it comes to health products, never go to Walmart for anything unless you need an edema to fucking shit. Because there's nothing that Walmart has but shit when it comes to health. So don't go to Walmart. And it's weird how you say in Canada they have it in Walmart but they don't have it in the Walmart here. Because I remember I want to go get some. There's plenty of things I want to get at Walmart. Them bitch ass niggas never had shit for health. Every time I need to get something that like for like, usually I don't even get shit for health anymore because I fast and shit. So, but this was like years ago when I used to be really on it. The only thing I get right now is mouthwash. But before, when I used to go to when I used to go to Walmart and they used to not even have shit, I just stopped going to them because I used to everything I went there to go to Walmart. I used to just steal all their shit. So that's how I was able to test a lot of stuff out without actually going there. So I know all Walmart's products are bullshit. So to never go there. But this was years ago when I was actually fucking with herbs and all that other shit. And they will never have anything in Walmart, like when it comes to that shit. So yeah, I'm done. Like I don't like the US at all. The US like it's I don't want to say I don't like the US. Like I don't like it because I don't want people to think like, oh, everywhere else is better. It's just the US is just on some bullshit. People in the US, I don't know why they do you guys like this. Have something like that in the US in any type of store. You got to go on the internet for shit like that. If anything, they'll probably ban it or because the US they do some weird shit. They won't ban something, but they'll probably like make it hella expensive to ship a certain product, or they do something to make it where it's not convenient to sell it in the US. So they don't have to ban it, but they can make it where nobody wants to sell it because it's expensive, or they probably ban an ingredient or some stupid shit. But yeah, check that. Everybody who has this should be your toothpaste. Like if you actually like um want to take care of your teeth and you brush your teeth every day, this should be your toothpaste. This actually cheaper than Crest. Two of these will last you. They say 30 days for one. I'll say about 30 days, 2 months. Well, yeah, 30 days for one. I'll say that because I got this last month. And I got two last month at the beginning, and we're at the same time. So, and I used two of them, so about the same, about a month, and I used two. Well, this is still has half a bottle left, so this probably lasts me to the end of the month. So about 2 months for two. And I use this as toothpaste as well. I put it on my tooth brush, and I'll just brush with it. I usually swish first, and then I just brush. But when you're fasting, you don't even need this. You only use it when you break your fast and you eat and then use it, but that's it. But only use this. I'll say if you have severe health issues with your teeth, you really, really, really need to use this. If you want to just take care of your teeth and be healthy, I suggest you fast. Like, because I like to promote health where you don't need anything. Because true optimal health, you do not need anything. The only reason they sell you these products of like Dr. Sebi, Herbal Kid, and all this shit. The only reason they're doing that and they're able to make a lot of money is because we live in a society where people want instant gratification, and a lot of people are busy with their hectic bullshit 9 to 5 life where it's hard for the average person to actually live a breatharian life. So they're able to sell this bullshit herbal remedy shit, which most of them are just bullshit and don't work because they use fake herbs. They're able to sell this bullshit and people buy it because of how the lifestyle is. But if the lifestyle wasn't like that, it will force people to actually want to do things to actually get true optimal health. Because one thing about this path of um, not eating and not consuming is when you're becoming healthier, you're actually feeling better. You're feeling like, and you're not just feeling better as in, oh, I don't feel like, oh, my arm's hurting and my arm's feeling better. It's my arm stops hurting and my arm is stronger. Somebody who just healing and trying to get healthy, oh, my hand feels better and I don't have no pain in my hand. But as a person on this energy non-consuming path, it's my hand feels better, but my hand's also stronger. My I can also feel a lot more with my hand. Like I can feel the texture more. I can feel the air more. I can experience more with my fucking hand. Do you see what you see the difference? That's true optim of healing, and you get this healing by not consuming anything, not eating anything. And once you get to a certain state, like there was a state I was in, because when you want to keep you because anything you gain you can lose, and anything you lose you can gain. So this is why you always want to be, I don't want to say humble, but always be cautious. Because just like if you were a millionaire right now, you're going to be careful you don't go broke, because if you're a millionaire you can go broke. This is why companies, they have all this money and they do so much to secure it, because they're scared of going broke. So if you can have all that money and go broke, when you have nothing you can get rich. You see what I'm saying? When you have nothing, it's easy to get rich. So when you're not eating and you're not consuming, then it's it's easy to put yourself in a position where anything can happen. So therefore, things happen because this world is so fake. Like it's such an illusion. Like you don't have, like, you guys don't understand how fake this world is. Like literally anything can fucking happen, but you have to put yourself in a position where that can be. And the best way to do that is by not consuming and not eating. And it's not an easy path. I'm not telling you guys like, oh, this is easy. Everyone could. No, I'm not saying that shit. This shit is not easy. But it's supposed like. But the thing is though, like it is fun. Like once you really, because you got to go through the growing pains of it. Once you get through the growing pains, then you're able to break through. Because not like I said, nothing is free in life. Like nothing is free. You got to put in a lot of energy work to get even to become a breatharian. That's energy right there. That's not, you got to do so much just to get into that. That's just not just given. And even when you get that type of ability, you got to know how to use it and not do certain things so it's taken away from you. Because anything could just, nothing is really yours. Anything can be given and it can be taken away. He says, when you break your fast, just don't ever go back to junk. Yep. That's for real. That's one thing that could be a little hard for people, because when people go on a fast, they want to eat something good. So that's another test. You're gonna have to really be strong and not going back to junk food. She said it also reduced your stomach time. It did for me over the years. It's hard, but oh, so worth it. What do you mean by reduce your stomach time? I know when I did, because when you fast a lot, you get rid of the parasites and all the shit that's clinged onto the intestines. You get rid of that. You got to go on a long. You got to be doing it consistent though. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Reduce your stomach space, because you're getting rid of a lot of that intestine. Like what I was just saying, you're getting a lot of that shit from your stomach. It removes, and so your stomach is able to form. Because when you're eating so much and it has all that fucking shit that's stuck up in there, you're eating so much, your stomach is able to stretch. This is why when I did my I think it was like one of my first fasts I did that shit and I ended it and I ate fucking like a big ass plate of like Nigerian rice, because I remember my parents, they cooked some Nigerian food, and so I ate like a big ass thing of Nigerian rice, and it was a huge plate,
and I felt so full. This was like the first one of the first fasts, like the fourth fast I did. I felt so damn full. I couldn't even lay down. I had to stand up for like a few hours before I was because I ate so much because my stomach was so full. Like, but fast forward like 3 4 years later, I can't even eat that much. Like, it's impossible for my stomach to be that full because before I even feel an inch of my stomach sticking out, I already don't even want to eat no more because it's just the way my body my stomach design, like how she said it gets smaller. The stomach space reduces, like a goddess said. Yeah, I did this too. I did that too. And yeah, I didn't puke. Well, there was times if I did puke, I had to force myself to do it because I ate like there was some shit. But now I remember because I like nowadays I can't just eat anything like I used to because if I eat the wrong thing right now, my stomach will feel nauseated for about a day, and usually I'll have to like make myself throw up to make me not feel nauseated anymore. So like I'm very careful. Like I can, and well, it's not the food, it's the chemicals. Like I'll go like to a store and I'll see like snacks that have a whole bunch of chemicals. And one day I went and I had ate some shit, and as soon as I ate it, like I felt nauseated, and that shit fucking lasted for like a day. So like, ever since then I stopped eating certain shit, and then other times where I eat something and then I'll feel that nausea feeling again, I'll make myself throw up, and when I look at the ingredients will read some shit like all this like because it's not the food, it's the chemicals that they put in it, so it's not like the natural shit, it's the all the shit you can't pronounce, the sodium shit and all the fucking red dye and all these name polysorbate, all that shit, that's what's making my stomach hurt, is not the fucking food, because I will eat food that has none of those chemicals, and that'll be like natural, organic, and it'll be the same junk food, and my stomach won't hurt. I still won't eat it because it's unhealthy, but my stomach won't hurt. So when you feel sick from eating a food, it's the chemicals they put in it, not the food. Because the food shouldn't just get you sick to your stomach like that. If when you don't want food no more, that's different. But when you're feeling sick, that's like something that's not supposed to be there. Even though food is not really natural bread or vegetables or apples, that's supposed to be in the human body compared to some paint thinner chemical that they use to make glue. Doesn't make sense. Like, so when you're cleansing the body and your frequency of the body is higher, you can sense these things more. You have more chemical sensitivity to these things compared to most people. So you can't eat that. And don't make it feel like, oh, it's hurting you and not, like it's hurting them too, but they don't feel it. Like you're able to feel the pain. They don't feel the pain. So this is why you see a lot of motherfuckers out here get cancer for no reason or get all these diseases and they get sick. It's because a lot of shit that is in the food, and then even when they make these 9 to 5 jobs and shit, they create the warehouses and they create the places to kill the people. Like the police gun radar where it could track your speed. That shit was like causing like fucking testicle cancer in them and shit. Because like when they were doing it and how it was just a whole bunch of weird shit like that they do to create the system. Even when they create these warehouses, like these Amazon warehouses and shit, they create shit to harm the body. They put like these red lasers and the chemicals in the shit and all the way all the technology radiation. That shit, it damages the body. When you pick up on it, you're sensing that. So that's telling you that you need to cleanse. This is why you need to be on this energy path and become a breatharian. Like when you're a breatharian, don't let anybody tell you what your life is gonna be. Because you'll see all these people say, "Oh, everybody's gonna be in virtual reality. Everybody's gonna be in this and that." Like, not everyone's gonna be in virtual reality. Like, only certain people are gonna be doing living a horrible life, and you don't have to pick that life. It's just like right now, there's people living in fucking all like in Africa right now in villages poor. But is it safe to say everybody in the world is living in villages poor? No, there's some people living in mansions. So when VR comes out, what fucking makes you think everyone's gonna be in fucking VR? You see what I'm saying? Like, there's only gonna be people who that's all they have, and that's what's more convenient because they fucked up in life. And but yet there's gonna also be people who they go in VR, but they also make money in it, and they also use the money and they live in the real life. So they go in both worlds. You see what I'm saying? It's not so when you're a breatharian, you don't have no path on what these motherfuckers tell you to do. Because your path is undefined yet. No one really knows. You would be doing your own fucking thing. You don't need this shit. Because when you're breatharian is not just about not eating. It's about building the energy over time. And when you make this a lifestyle over years, you're creating transformational energy. This transformational energy can be used to that goes beyond just not eating. This is beyond it. This is just changing everything about you as a being. You can take this energy to however high you want to take it, depending on the person. You could take it to a point where you don't fucking you can live outside and you don't feel cold like that no more. You don't need to eat as much. You don't need. Not saying you don't. I'm not saying you're not doing these things, but I would rather be chilling on a beach in a yacht with a bunch of technology around me, knowing that I don't need any of this, than chilling in that, knowing that if I lost all of it, I'll be miserable. Which is better, being within a bunch of material things, using it and having fun, knowing that I can lose it and still be good, or having all that shit, knowing if you lost it, you're gonna be miserable because you don't have nothing else. So I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't want to be material. You don't want to go out and do no. You still could do all that if you want, but if you get to these high states of being a breatharian, you may not even really want to do that shit no more. You may look at it like you don't want it, but if you still do, at least you can have to knowing that you don't need it. So this is why I say focus on getting the energy channel. That should be your main focus. If you watch my channel, you resonate with the message. That should be the main thing right now. Because when you open up the energy channels, this is the spirituality. And I'm talking to those who you want to hear it. I'm not like if you don't resonate, then it doesn't resonate. But for me, how I get my information and how I get my realizations, and just when I the shit it just works in my favors when I'm opening my channels and doing the work. I'm focusing on that, and then everything else will fall in its place. Because if you keep taking care of your health and your body, and you're showing that you can do that, then you'll get things to allow you to keep doing that. So you may not need to work a 9 to 5 no more, because the spirit may be like, I'm gonna actually give this person the material things he needs to not need to work a 9 to 5, so he can keep taking care of his health. Because if he has to work a 9 to 5, he won't be able to become breatharian because it'd be harder. So, and I want this person, and I see the potential in this person, so I'm gonna you just gotta do what you gotta do. Don't even expect anything. I just say these things because when I say all these things, like all the benefits you get, I don't say this as have expectation. I say this because that's what the fuck it is. So it's not like, oh, I have expectation or I just care about this. No, that's what it is. I gotta, if I'm telling you guys what to do and about key development and the energy development, if I'm telling you guys about this, it'll be stupid for me to not tell you the benefits of it, which are they come from it. And you got to stay consistent on this as well, because when you're on this thing as well, there's going to be tests as well, because you got to remember we're under the zodiac, so we still have astrological influence, and since we all have a zodiac, there's going to be times where the stars are not in your favor. So you have to be able to push through these times when you're doing it, and it's going to be like test. There's going to be like test, and this astrology is on point. You guys, why you guys need to really look, because you can tell like right now I'm going through a Saturn opposed Jupiter opposition, and it's just, this is just my natal. This is not for everyone. This is just my natal, and I knew it was going to be. It's weird because a month ago I was looking at the degrees and I was like, okay, something's going to happen around this time, and it's a month later, and like I'm not gonna get personal, but like some shit I can see is happening where it's like I can see a certain test that's trying to take me off my shit, but I'm staying strong, and this is why I'm going harder at doing what I'm doing. Like usually back years ago when something will come, I will subconsciously make an excuse to just not to get off my shit and just go back to what I was doing. But like now it's like opposite. It actually makes me go harder at doing what I want to be doing. So like I'm actually kind of glad this actually happened because I got a lot more done as a result of me of this thing happening. You see what I'm saying? I actually got a lot more done that I probably wouldn't have because I'll be more in a relaxed position. So, like this is why like you gotta know astrology so you can see. And I already prepared for something was gonna happen around this day. Like I knew something was gonna happen, so it wasn't really a surprise to me because I knew it was gonna happen. And there's other days I know that's gonna be happening. I gotta watch out for. And it's not about waiting to that day. It's about like in preparation. Like so, like 3-4 months in advance, prepare yourself so when that day comes and that thing happens, you at least have some type of like you have a shield build up. Like imagine if something's gonna happen 3 months and you know it's gonna happen, or you feel like around that time something's gonna happen, build your energy, build your shields. So by the time that thing happens, you'll have 3 months worth of shields built up. So that's a lot of shield power to protect you from whatever's going on. If you wait till the last 2 weeks, you're only gonna have 2 weeks worth of shield power, and it can probably break through that shield. So that's why you want to prepare in advance. You gotta always prepare. Like take time. That's another thing I'm doing right now is taking time very seriously. You got to take time very seriously. Don't think about, and the people who don't take time seriously are people who think too much about time, or who they look in the future. Because when you're looking in the future too much and you're thinking too much about the future, then you start stressing, and you're not looking at what can happen right now. You're not looking because something can happen right now where like you worry about, oh, how am I gonna get this, but you don't understand that if you just focus right now, something can happen right now where this happens and this happens, this happens, and before you know it, 3-4 days go by and you got a whole bunch of shit that you thought was gonna take this amount of time. Or maybe fucking you did something where you don't have the urge and the desire no more to even go after it because you don't give a fuck about it no more. So you're not tripping about the future because you don't. The reason you were tripping about the future is because of something you didn't have or you were lacking. But once you realize you don't need it, or you don't give a fuck about it, then maybe like you're not gonna care about it and you're able to be in the now still. So it's not about getting what you always want. Sometimes it's about just not wanting it no more. I remember when I was doing my fast back in the day, back in 2020. I was doing a fast and it was like an 8-day fast. And I remember when I ended it, I was like, oh, I'm going to eat some. I forgot what food it was. I think it was like some baked beans and some barbecue from this one place. And I was like, oh, I want to eat here. And every time I end my fast, I will always end it for something. I always forget to go to this barbecue place. And I always want to go there. And I remember like after so long of me doing my fast and doing the energy work, I didn't even have an urge to even want to eat there no more. And I was like, I was like, I hella want to go there, but I don't want to go there no more because I don't even want to eat. I don't even eat that shit no more. And it's so weird. So it's like you notice when you do things, you put yourself in a position where things happen where you didn't even know was gonna happen. You because you think life is gonna because there's reality, there's how you think reality is, and then there's the fake government reality which they want you to participate in. No one's looking at reality and how reality is. They're only looking at how they think reality is and what the government says it is. No one's looking at what reality is. Reality can play out in any form and shape, really. That's why I don't look at the time. No, all these kids. Even when you look at like all these spiritualists that tell you, I remember back in 2017, everyone was saying that the world's going to end in 2020. Then there's going to be economic collapse. There's going to be aliens taking it over. Anunnaki's going to be here in 17 years. They all these energy. They say, oh, the banking system's going to collapse. And I'm not saying any of that shit's going to happen, but even if it does happen, it didn't happen as like where we're at in 2024. Did you think we were going to be here in 2016? Most of you guys probably thought this world was going to look different. So the same it is right now is the same how it's going to be in 2040. It's not going to be that much different. There's going to be other shit, obviously, but like I said, it's not going to be like you think it is. It's still going to be like some. It's still going to be bullshit. If you haven't dealt with your issues, nothing's going to happen that's going to better it. That's why you got to just deal with it. Deal with your issues, your problems. He said, "Hey, goddess said you're speaking the truth, man." But right now, the name of the game is removing the energy blockages from your system. That's the name of the game for me, at least for me. That's my focus. I do my yoga, my qigong. There's this woman that was. I'm not gonna say I call her a woman because I have respect for anybody who's trying to better their health. That's one thing I would not talk down upon anybody who's talking about health and betterment. I don't speak even if I don't agree with you. Even if it's about herbs and stuff, I'm not gonna talk down because anybody tries to that cares about somebody else's health or cares about their own health and well-being. That's a plus in my book. There's nothing from negative for me to say about this individual. So there's this woman out there, and she was saying that she's a breatharian, and she said when she started, she was doing yoga and qigong for 16 hours a day. So this tells you like how intense you got to take it. I'm not saying you got to do 16 hours, but I'm also saying that I would never not do 16 hours. The fuck? So, like, cause you gotta take it to where you feel like you need to take it. Me personally, am gonna actually spend a whole day actually doing that. I haven't done 16 hours. That's very intense. The most I did was like 4 hours in a day, and that's a lot. 4 hours. So she did 16. So, and if you're trying to develop to that level, I'm actually looking at like you may need to actually take it to that level because you got to remember there's a lot of people who practice qigong that are not a breatharian. Breatharians are only probably there's probably less than 10,000 breatharians on this planet, and there's millions of people that do qigong. You can go on YouTube and look up qigong and look up yoga, and there's millions of people. Everybody they sell yoga stuff at fucking Target. You can get it real cheap. Yoga mat, everything. So everyone, a lot of people are doing yoga. A lot of people doing qigong, but the reason why you don't see that many people doing breatharianism because it's different. It's not all they're not. It's not the same. People when you do qigong and you do yoga and you're not doing the meditation intensely like you're supposed to be doing it, and you don't have the intentions and the transformational spiritual essence of it, then it's not going to allow you to go deep. You're not going to be able to take the energy because remember I told you about the key, the energy. There's stages to it, and the key is the energy. I like to call it energy, but they call it ki or chi. The energy is very, you can take it as far as you can take it depending on your level and your consciousness and awareness. So this is where breatharian comes in. This is where you not needing you being able to um harness this energy where you're warm so you're not cold as cold outside. You have more, you can walk longer, you sleep less, like you can think clear. It's making you like a super being in another way, this energy, and this takes years to get to this level, and this is when you're accumulating this energy, and this goes beyond just that. This also taps into what you guys call manifestation and being able to attract, because when you're in this vibration you'll actually attract situations that is going to be in your favor, so you'll always have a stability and an abundance because that's what you're in that frequency of non-consumption. So this shit goes beyond just not eating. So like I said, this shit is really deep, guys. Like, I'm telling you guys, like we need to get on this. Well, I've been on this, but this takes years, and is you want to start now because the time is gonna pass you anyway. You don't want to be like 5 years later and then think, oh, I could have done. You start right now and just keep doing it. Make it an everyday practice because you just at this point in time, you don't have anything left. Like there's really nothing left. And when I say nothing left, I'm talking about there's really nothing left. Like You can talk about, oh, I have this money or I got this business or whatever, but like that's really there's fucking human traffickers that got businesses and got money, nigga. Is that something? No, obviously it's more than that. So when I talk about there's nothing left, I'm talking about more than just fucking money, because plenty of people have money that ain't shit. So there's nothing left. So the most important thing is taking care of health right now. Everybody, if you think about it, like a billionaire, they value health more than anything. They value health more than money, because they won't even be able to enjoy their wealth and their money if it wasn't for good health. Have you guys ever heard of a illness called anhedonia? It's when you're able to not able to enjoy what you have. So you can have like $1 million, you can have all the fucking material, all the women, but you can't enjoy it because it's a certain part of the brain. Like when you guys feel pleasure and joy, like when you watch something and it makes you happy, or you feel love, or you feel pleasure, that's a certain mechanism in the brain that you need. It needs energy. If that mechanism doesn't have energy, you can watch a funny movie, you can get $1 million and you won't feel happy. You can see something funny and in your mind it's funny, but you can't laugh. You can feel some type of pleasure and it doesn't feel that good. It's because that everything takes energy, nothing's free. That mechanism isn't working. That's that anhedonia. It's a chemical. So it just showed you that you don't need any of this shit, dude. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. It's all a scam. Even this shit. This is why this all ties back into you thinking you like something you don't like. It's all part of the mechanism of the brain. It's all fake. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy, but you just gotta. Somebody said after I try Pilates, I will explore other yoga terms to like. Yeah, swimming. Swimming is good too. Like if you're gonna swim though, I want to swim in a chlorine pool. Um, I just don't feel comfortable swimming in a chlorine pool. I don't want chlorine all on my fucking. You know what? Like you don't know what the fuck that's doing to your shit. And then people piss and they spit in it and they do whatever. I wouldn't do. And I'll go like to a lake or something, or like to if you gotta go into a pool, probably like I'm sure they got pools that they don't use chlorine or some shit. But yeah, that's the reason I haven't been swimming in a minute, because like I don't want to go into no swimming pool with no chlorine. But yoga is something that it should be like something you do every fucking day. Like even if it's just one part of your body or some shit, like stretch out. Even if you're just waiting in line, you can just stretch at your neck, hold your neck down, stretch at your arms, put your arms across, hold the pose for like a minute, 2 minutes. That's gonna give you a stretch. Do the other side. It's gonna give you a stretch. You're allowing more energy to flow in your body, and you're gonna feel more light. These are little things you can do. If you're just chilling in public, like um, knock your chest like a little bit with your hand, with both hands though. Knock like the back of your. There's little things like that you can do to stimulate the energy. Do that when you're stimulated. They got ones where you get your nails, just scrub them together. Just do that for as long as you can, and you'll feel the energy in your hands. It stimulates the energy. These are like little things you could do if you're just waiting. You'll notice as like you do the energy work, your skin's gonna become a little bit more moist as you're doing these practices. Your skin is gonna feel more. You know how you put lotion on or some shit. Your skin's gonna be more moist. More you'll notice that as you do this energy exercise, because that's because it's forming the chi, the energy. It's forming around. It's changing This changes you on a cellular level. When you do this for years, it taps into the essence of you not needing to eat, you being able to sustain yourself in the cold. That's because you have years of this energy and it's transforming. But in the beginning, it's transforming you on a subtle level, but it's actually transforming your DNA. This shit's transforming your DNA. Like me, I do what they like. I've been for the last 5 days. I've been doing what they call fragrance qigong. It's more of an active qigong where you're moving your hands a lot. And this is the best qigong where if you let's just say you're somebody and you want to get a good qigong workout, but you may be busy and you don't have enough time or space. Do this qigong workout. It's called fragrance qigong. I'm gonna put a link in my communities tab. Do that. That's like a perfect one. It's a 35-minute routine and it's quick. You do use your hands and it's nothing too complicated. The moves are because some of these moves they can be kind of complicated and you got to really focus on them. But this one is a very simple and it's very effective. I've been doing this for. I was doing it for 3 weeks, then I got off the bandwagon, or I got off the. I started slacking a little bit, then I got back on it. I just got back on it, and I've been doing it for 5 days. I'm not getting off of this again though. This is permanent because like before when I got off of it, it was because I was fasting and I lost energy. But now this is actually helping my life. Like it's like something that I needed. Like I need. It's not something that's inconvenience or I don't feel like doing it and I had no. It's actually helping benefit me. It's like a shield. I feel like he said it's crazy to realize that real food is a luxury and going to be. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. I don't give a fuck about it though. It's not my all these people complaining about the inflation of food. That shit is so funny. Everyone be, oh, the inflation, food, they're raising the prices, and I'm like, I get it, especially if you got kids. But if you don't got kids and you fat ass 300-pound life, bitch, you need to just probably put down the fucking utensils and do something else besides fucking eat, because like it's not that serious. Like I can see if you got kids, because you got to feed the kids and everything, but other than if you don't have kids, nigga, you need to just it's not that serious because people because one thing you realize like life people complain about how life being hard. Like life has always been fucking hard if you think about it. There's always been homeless people, there's always been people evicted. When has there not been a time? Life has always been hard. So I'm not saying life isn't hard, but people act like life is somehow any different than it was before. Bitch, life has always been hard. When life gets very hard, like South Sudan, Republic of Congo hard, when it gets that fucking hard, then you're gonna see a different energy, and what's already known don't need to be explained. Like they have that saying, what's already known don't have to be explained. Ain't nobody gonna have to go on TikTok and make videos and speak about it. If anything, motherfuckers probably wouldn't want to speak about it because they'd be too traumatized in trying to figure out and fix what's going on in their life, or they're going to be distracted probably in doing something to get them out of that hell. So like, it ain't that fucking bad right now. It's not that bad right now, the way I look at it. And to be honest, I don't ever really think it's going to get that bad because the government at the end of the day is a business and they want to keep running a business. Why would they want their business to fail? Like why would McDonald's just make their customers go through problems? It makes no sense. And even if it is a problem, it's going to probably be met with a solution and some type of narrative to bring some type of new way of living, if anything. If so, like I think if something does happen, the government does, it's probably gonna be controlled demolition because I don't think they're gonna do anything because they want people thinking that shit. Ain't shit really happening. Is people are still fucking retarded. The system's still running, and even at this point, even when the economy collapsed, you guys don't understand. Like people say, "Oh, well, the economy gonna collapse. We're gonna bring in digital dollar," but when the economy collapsed, then all I gotta say is like, look at the rich people. Look at the people who have money right now. Like, are they gonna be struggling, or is it gonna be the people with no money struggling? So if that's the case, then we already know it's a fake ass collapse. They even say he even heard some shit like Bitcoin is they have satellites. So in an event where the electricity goes out, I guess the Bitcoin ledgers they're still going to be online. So like they have a satellite for Bitcoin where it keeps the ledgers online. Like if there was an EMP attack, and EMP just means for the government just turned off the lights. But if there's an EMP attack or some shit, then they're gonna have the Bitcoin on. So that tells you that they possibly could, just for them doing that means that there's a possibility of them scheduling an EMP internet attack. So most likely that's what they're gonna do. And then they have to have it for Bitcoin. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they have two, like they have two tiers to it. Like they'll probably have like when the internet shuts off. If you're a regular sheep, your Bitcoin will shut off. But if you're like somebody in like a corporate power or something, they'll probably keep your Bitcoin on, and your Bitcoin will be tied to that satellite. And then the average sheep's Bitcoin will be, oh, it turned off. Or like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that because it's all fake at the end of the day. And to be honest, like you really can't get too upset because this is their shit. Like we people say no, it's not their shit because we built it. But if that's the case, then why don't we go and build our own shit? Why we got to go and keep building theirs if it's ours? So if it was truly ours and we built it, then we should be able to go and build another one. Once you keep participating in their shit, then it's their shit. People don't understand that, so you really can't get upset. Really, it's like they just playing the fucking game. Like if we were in their position, they'll be on our level, they'll be looking how we're looking at them. They'll be looking at us like, why don't you just give us the power? Why don't we just do this? Why don't you just make it like this? I'm like, fuck you niggas, we ain't doing it like that. So you guys gotta just, people need to just wake up, not worry about like just shit that isn't, they don't need to worry about. But I really hope this shit does collapse though. I really hope. But the way I look at it, the energy I'm getting, it seems like everything is all orchestrated, even down to the fact where the system is gonna collapse and aliens are gonna take over, and um the governments are gonna be no more because they're gonna get punished from having bad karma. All that other shit that nigga, like, all that shit is fake. I feel like all of that is a mind control. It's a psyop to get to make you think that um they're losing power, but in reality they're actually gaining power. Because what's actually going on right now is people are getting, because if you really think about like people are getting stupider. People aren't really waking up. Like we got a lot of people who are waking up, but we also got a lot of people who are getting very dumber. So what makes you think that these people getting dumber somehow can be in a situation where they don't need the government? That don't make sense. It's like a child. It's like, oh, I don't need my mom. No, I don't need my mom. But then like 2 seconds after that statement, they trip and fall over a banana peel. Like you just prove that you do need us. That's how the people are. They'll say, oh, we don't need the government. But then you go to the average sheep. The average sheep is dumb as fuck. The average sheep think like the system and the government, they're looking at people like these people are really stupid. They're actually building our system and thinking that this shit matters. Whereas the people working for the system, their whole life is built on, I need to make this company as much money. Anybody who doesn't make this company is an idiot. You're wasting my time. Whereas the system's looking at that stupid sheep as, bitch, you're wasting our time because you don't know shit other than being a slave. So we just got to keep doing more things to make you a deeper slave. And then when they do that, then that sheep gets upset. Oh, why are they raising inflation? I have to work 20 hours a week. I need to do this. And bitch, you better. The fuck? It's their system. If they want to, did you create the concept of money? You didn't create it. They created it. So if they want to raise the price to $3, then you raise it. I'm not saying I like it. I fucking hate it. But at the same time, people need to wake the fuck up so we can get up out of it because one person can't do it. That's how I look at it, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. I don't get how people don't get it. It's not hard. But it's like I know what it is though. It's a lot of witchcraft. It's a lot of mental programming that this has been going on for thousands of years. They've been actually raping and doing mind control, fucking with the mental genetics of the people over centuries. So the programming and the mind control has sunken so deep to the point where even if a baby is born, it has some of the programming because the mother's a fucking idiot. Imagine the average woman out here is a fucking retard. So when she has a kid, the kid is going to be a retard because not only are they getting retarded stimuli why the parents while the kid is in the belly, when the kid actually comes out, he's gonna be influenced by a retarded ass bitch of a mother. So it's like the mind control and the programming, it never stops. It always it's gonna probably come to a point. This is probably why I will say cancer, disease, and um, deaths aren't really too much of a bad thing. Like if you had a whole bunch of rabbits and dogs, you're gonna have to eliminate them because you don't want too many animals. This is why they neuter them. So human beings are kind of the same way. Like a lot of these humans are very useless humans. You don't think just because a human being is a human that it's loving, that's a baby, and that's no. You got to think reality. Just like do you look at a rat and think a rat is a no? A rat is fucking disgusting. You want to stomp on that nasty piece of shit. But a rat looks at his babies as something valuable. So not every human is valuable. Some human beings I feel need to be fucking just gone because it's too late. They're actually going to do more harm. So like some of these depopulation methods, like getting rid of people through like cancer and shit, like even though I hate it and I don't want it to be like that, like some people are so stupid, especially these old people. Like they need to just get out of here because they're actually stagnating it. Them thinking that it's normal to vote is actually stagnating this fucking shit. So imagine if a lot of these people who think it's normal to vote and normal to work, imagine if they just die. That's a lot of the fucking money that they're losing, a lot of energy that they're losing because they really don't care about anyone. They just because like for example, this bitch right here, she's walking back to this fucking, going back to her I don't know where the fucking bitch walking, but she just walked right by me. If I shoot this bitch down, the only people that care about her is her family or her friends. But the system, they don't care about her. The reason they're gonna punish me for killing her is because that lady right there, she probably works at a certain company and is a certain asset to the system and pays taxes, and they're able to drain energy through her attention, her clicks, her likes, her taxes. So when I kill that source, that's taking from this matrix. So they're punishing me because of that. That's why you get life in prison, because of that. Not because that's a social security number right there. That's value. So you're killing that. So you're killing is they're losing money. So that's why you're going to jail. They don't give a fuck about her because why would they poison? That's why they poison the food because they want people to not live too long because they can't have too many people live a long time. So they poison the food to get people the expectancy of life to be like 90 years old or some shit, 80. That's why I said like a lot of you guys who are in your 30s, you're in your 40s, and you feel like you missed out your 20s and 30s, become a breatharian. And fucking when you're a breatharian, you're going to have the energy to be able to feel like you're in your 20s. You may actually have an extra more 20 years of life to live if you even want to go down that path. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're a breatharian, you can actually fucking go back to when you were young. You're actually getting younger as a breatharian. That's what motherfuckers talking say. Oh, you're this age, you're that age. Like, don't get me wrong. Time is a factor. You don't want to just fuck around and just not do it. Time is a factor, but when people are talking about like when you can and can't do something, like you could always better yourself. You could always better yourself. You may not always be able to do the things you want to do because you may have wasted time, and the spirit may try to show you, or you wasted too much time. So I'm not saying it's always, but in terms of always taking care of your health and feeling 100%, you can always do that. When you're especially when you're on this breatharian path living it as a lifestyle. So all right, I'm gonna read some more of these comments and then I'll probably go when my thing dies, my phone dies or whatever. All right, give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick and then yeah, give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna read these comments when I come back. Just give me a minute. Yeah, that's some deep ass information I dropped in this video. At first, I was like, I didn't want to drop this information, but the good thing about health, and I want to say this before I go, and I'm gonna go take a piss. I'm not about to go, but the good thing about health information is that, like, certain information you don't want to say because certain people aren't gonna take the information. Like, oh, or you don't want certain people to get it. Like, oh, I don't want the trolls to get it, or I want these people to get it. The good thing about health information is that you can speak the truth about it, but true health takes discipline, takes strength, takes courage, takes like staying on a strict routine and lifestyle. And most of these dumbass bots, they don't have that. So everything I say, they can't even do it if they wanted to because it's too hard for them. So that's the good thing about it. Like, it weeds out a lot of the bitch niggas. Because if you're a bitch ass nigga, then it's gonna be too hard. You can't do it, and you're not gonna be disciplined because you're too miserable. So you always need to have a donut in your mouth. You need to be smoking. You need to be playing a video game. You need to be consuming something, which is nothing wrong, but you're consuming something because you're miserable. So that's just something I gotta say. I'll be back, guys. Give me a minute. All right, I'm back. It's good. Yeah, put it back in the house. Put put it back in the, yeah. Just set it over there. All right, it's good, everyone. What's good, everyone? Okay, I'm gonna read these comments. I'm gonna start up and then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start because it's like, yo, what's good with it? Say, damn, you're always live when I'm at break. LMAO. I'm trying to join you on there. Yeah, shit. Every time I'm online, I always drop the link. Anybody can join, and I come respectful. Just because I talk the way I do, don't mean I'm like a disrespectful. I just talk the way I do because I like to fucking talk. I just fucking do it. But now I'm not really like, because that's another thing. I have to kind of tone my shit down, my energy, because I know some people may take it offensive, and that's probably one reason why the channel's kind of stagnated in terms of the subscribers. Because I know my views is going to fuck up. Like, well, it's kind of steadily going up, and my subscribers aren't going up. And I see motherfuckers with double the subscribers as me, and they can't even get 100 views or the views I'm getting consistently. That's what I'm saying. It's weird how I'm getting a lot of subscribers or views, but not subscribers. Some bullshit. But I don't give a fuck really. It is what it is. Cause they come, I get what they try to fuck with me to try to not monetize it, but it come the money. Don't get me wrong. I still get what I get because you can't do somebody wrong and expect that to be a consistent reality for that person. If you keep doing something wrong to somebody, eventually it doesn't even have to be something wrong gonna happen to you, but that person's gonna be done right. So, because I'm dropping a lot of information and I could tell they fucking with my shit, so it don't matter because it is what it is. The only thing that I don't even have no wants or desires, but if I could say anything I want, even though I don't have that, the only thing I give a fuck about is becoming a breatharian at this point. That's what I care about. That's the only thing I care about is becoming a breatharian. That's what my family, because my people in my family, I don't even like speak about my family like that, because really I don't look at family like you guys look at family. I don't look at it like that. Like, at the end of the day, like, I came in this world alone, I'm gonna die alone. So all the shit that my parents, they like, a lot of you guys, oh, my parents should have did this and that. I don't look at it like that, because I really don't. Like, I look at my parents as like they children. Like, the consciousness I have right now, I look at them like they're kids. Like the way they act and the way they kind of be doing like the same stuff teenagers be doing and shit. So I can kind of, like, it's weird, not teenagers, but like people who are young. So I see like my parents as kind of like my age group, even though they're not. So I don't even look at parents like that. But it's just weird how, like, shit in my life that I know that they be looking at me a certain way, because I, man, I don't want to. I'm not gonna even go too much into it, but it just is what it is. It is what it is. Because they don't like this path about me not eating and being a breatharian. They're trying to make me fucking. I remember I was watching well, yeah, but yeah, a lot of people in my life, they didn't really like me being on a breatharian, because when I'm on a breatharian, because they want me to work a 9 to 5 and do all this shit. I'm not working no fucking 9 to 5. Like, you can kiss my ass. And then they know I don't want to work one, because they know that I'll do whatever I need to do. I don't mind fucking doing what I have to do. Like me, I'm not the type of person to live an illegal life. I'm like the type of person, I try to live my life peacefully and within reason. So, like, I don't like to do shit. But then sometimes life puts you in a position where I got to go do something illegal to run up like $15,000 so I can use that money to fucking live off of and live, and so I don't have to work a 9 to 5. And I don't like to have to keep doing illegal shit, but I'm not working no dumbass 9 to 5, and they know that shit, because I'm trying to be a fucking breatharian. And then now they want to be like, oh, you need to, you like, you just it's just funny. It's just funny, man, and it's just weird. They want to sit there and have me doing shit that I don't need to be doing. Like, I'm like, where's the end goal though? That's what I always will say. And I'm gonna read these comments. I'm like, where's the end goal? Like, you want me working 9 to 5, but where's the end goal? That's the one I don't get. Like, what's the end goal? Because I see everybody else that is doing that same shit, and they're in the same rut. And I'm not trying to be in that rut, because I know when you get into that rut, then when the weekend comes, you're gonna feel lazy and you're not gonna want to do what you want to do. And even if you were to spend your whole time doing it on the weekend, it's still not even enough time, because 2 days to do your shit. So I was like, I'm not getting in that rat. I'm not getting in that trap. I gotta be on my shit. So, like, a lot of people, they don't like that way I live, which I don't give a fuck. Okay, let me read these comments. Hold on, my bad, guys. Okay. Some lazy. I'm trying to get through these comments. I'm gonna read the ones, the spiritual man must pretend, but they're always on some fake shit. Spirit. I don't want to say they're on fake shit. Like, you gotta think, like, it's a difference between acting fake and just being a fucking idiot. If you're a fucking idiot and you don't know, you can't get mad at that person and say that they're fake. You can't put too much on somebody that you can't put too much on one person. A lot of these people you're saying that are fake, it's not that they're fake. They're being real. It's just their authentic self is what you think is fake, because you thinking that they're fake, but that's really dumb. They're a stupid ass. They're a retard. They don't know shit. So they can't express
anything more than that. And for you to ask them to do that, you're putting too much on that spirit. So sometimes it's not always that they're acting fake. Sometimes these people are just idiots. They're morons. They don't know. You gotta always keep that in mind as well. Don't want to put too much on somebody. If you feel like somebody needs to be more than they can be, you can't change that person. Go and find somebody else. Either accept that and just go and find somebody else. Otherwise, you're gonna waste your time and you're gonna feel like all these people are idiots and they're acting fake. And it's like, because if they're acting fake and if they're like, then you be the real one and then you should be able to get more attention than them. That's how I see it. Like fuck them. I could be more than I don't guess I don't that's why I don't like to join groups. I like to make my own group. One thing about me is I can't like if I ever join a group, it has to be I take my group and join another group. And we're working together. You see what I'm saying? I can't just join a group because I can't just join a group because when you join a group, you have to be retarded. You have to be stupid. You have to calm your energy down. You have to calm your energy down, man. Every time I'm in a group, because when you're so intelligent and you're so knowledgeable and so detail oriented into the reality, you can't really join a group or go to somebody who's in a higher position in terms of like, let's just say like that's the manager and I'm an employee. You can't go to these people in these positions and shit like that and act like you know more because they get offended, they get upset, and if you're in a group setting, they're gonna give you the energy. Well, why don't you just make your own group? And that's what I did. Like I just made my own shit. I just made my own shit because when you join it, because any group that you join, anytime you're joining a group and it's not on the basis of you joining the group to build up. So I'm not saying don't join groups, but anytime you join a group, you're inadvertently, subconsciously admitting that you're kind of like you're dumber than the person who runs the group. Because anytime you come, this is why you can't tell them how to run the group. They have to run it. It's not because it's their group. Yeah, it's their group, but they got more intelligence. That's why they have the group. So that's why you got to go get your own group. And there's nothing wrong with joining groups, but it's always good to join a group if you're going in there and you're getting something out of it other than you just being in there. Like you have your group, you're joining, and you're doing your thing. That's why I don't even really fucking because I'm so detail oriented and more so um I'm just so intelligent when it comes to people. I read people so much, and I can just see right through it. And when you're too much of something, it's not good. So if you're too smart, if you're too rich, if you're too handsome, or if you're too anything positive, it could play out negative in sometimes certain situations. Just because you have too much of something that you think is positive, don't always mean it's gonna play out positive. Sometimes like especially in this system of reality, when you have a lot of money and you look good and you got a lot of energy, a lot of people will come and they'll hate the fuck out of you for that. They'll call out the most weirdest things, be like, oh, he moved his hand like this one day, he's gay, and then make a whole campaign on you being gay because like they're so upset that you're better, so they have to pick little things. But they don't understand, like, you don't care about those things. They care about it because if when somebody always has to keep talking about something to offend you, that means they will be offended. So anybody that gotta say, "Oh, you're a pedophile, you fuck kids," they keep saying it, or you're gay, or they keep saying like, "Why you keep calling me this?" That's because they don't want nobody to know that's them. They don't want anybody to call them that. Maybe because they really are that, and they're scared, or you see what I'm saying? Like it just gets deep. That's why I just let people talk and they expose themselves. He said, "You heard about the billionaire Nigerian helicopter crash that happened on the way to the Super Bowl?" I don't even know who won the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl, and I can give a fuck about that Nigerian in that crash.
All I gotta say, what I want to know is how the fuck are you a billionaire and you on a helicopter and they still got that fucking Makoko Island that still has sewage water and kids swimming in it. You haven't fucking fixed that up. Like you could fix that shit up for like less than $1 million. That shit could clean it out. And you on a helicopter? I could give a fuck about that nigga and his crash. Yeah. 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 Okay, hold on. Let me see this one. I still have faith in one side of the spiritual community. Most are self-employed. You know. Yeah, the thing to do is just take care of yourself right now. You want to take care of yourself. That's what you want to do right now. Take care of yourself, and then by the time you know it, you'll somehow become self-employed or independent. Just take care of yourself. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's not about because if it was about being self-employed and all that stuff, then that means your main mission is to go out there and find a business to get self-employed. It's not about that really. Like people, oh, I'm gonna do Amazon drop shipping and do all this and that, but it's like, how did you get into that shit? Did you just get into it? Like, why do you want to do Amazon drop shipping? Do you have a reason? Do you have a purpose? You have to have a reason in life, and then you do these things, and then it'll work for you. If you don't have no reason, you just do it, then it's not gonna work. And when I talk about money and energy, because this is one thing I have to clarify, because in my other videos, especially the financial gurus or fraud, I was talking about how the people, you need energy to have money. And I when I say that, don't make it think like everyone who has money has energy or they're doing something right. Like that's what I don't want you to get. Like look at it like this. I think I said this before. Like look at it like this. You have problems in your life. Your life, like let's just say somebody who has depression and anxiety who committed suicide a month ago, and he was, let's just say there was somebody who that happened to. They grew up in the U.S. They were probably in a like white suburb family and have lived a normal life, but they killed themselves. A kid in Africa, they don't have shit. They didn't kill themselves. So just because you have something doesn't mean you're in a better position or anything. They don't mean shit. They don't mean that. It could mean it, but it doesn't mean it. So you guys gotta understand. So like when I say this, don't misinterpret what I'm saying as in fucking I'm making it look like, oh, if you don't have energy, you're not gonna make money, and everybody who has money has energy. Not everyone who has money has energy. That doesn't, because money is still a fake ass thing. I'm just talking about in terms of it. Money keeps you stable, and when you're on your spiritual mission, your path, then the spirit would give you things to keep you stable. And that plays out as in money. It may not even have to really play out in money. It could play out in some way where you fucking something happens. Like anything happens where you're stable and shit. But most of the time, it's gonna play out as in money because you need money to survive in this reality. So I just got to make that clear because that doesn't mean like there's a lot of people who ain't shit and they have money. Just like you go through depression and anxiety, but then some fucking kid in fucking Africa talking, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, you're perfect, you're rich, you're a billionaire," and he's like, "But in your life, you're like, no, I have my own problems." You don't look at it like him. It's the same way. It's a different, like different. We just some different doing different shit. This kid's in Africa, you in America. Doesn't mean you're better because you in America and he's not. It's just a different shit. There's people who are more depressed and miserable in America than in Africa, and the people in Africa are in villages. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live stream. Damn, I wish I could switch live. My phone's about to die. I'm not sure if I can end it and go. Can somebody tell me in the comments if I can end this live stream and pick it up on my other phone? because my other phone has battery. I have two phones right here. My other one has a battery, and I want to know if I could just cut this one off. Hold on, because I don't want to keep this shit. I want to keep going some more, but I don't want to make another live stream. Okay, I think I can do. I can do it. I'm gonna hold on, guys. Give me a minute. All right, all right. Oh shit! I'm on both. Hold on. Let me exit this. Oh no! Wait. Fuck. Okay. How do I want to end this one, but I don't want to end the other one. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys. No, I don't want to end the stream. Remove from stage. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Fuck. I removed the wrong one. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So can you guys hear me? Guys hear me? All right. So yeah, it's some weird shit. All right, so it should be good now. I just have to switch my phone because the other one was about to die. I didn't think I can do. I don't want to. I was about to end a live stream. I would have been pissed. Phone left. Okay, hold on. Let me go up. I'm just reading the comments. I'm trying to scroll, see where I left off at. Got to go, but thanks again. He says sometimes I hate his ass, but man is correct on that point. Why'd you hate my ass for? What did I do? I don't know what I did. Yeah, just gotta do you. We don't know. I'm just reading the comments, guys. Okay, there's nothing. If there is nothing left in this place, do you think people should create their own towns or frequencies, or do you think you would have to go to war with people to do that? We can create that. But you gotta have to like you can create it. Like it's not like you can't create and do. You just gotta have to work with people to create what you want to create. So that's mainly what it is. But we can still do that. It just you gotta have to work though. At it's not gonna come easy. Shay, do you have a lot? Yeah, I have a lot of Aquarian placements. I have like yeah, Mars, Venus, and Saturn all in Aquarius. She said, what do you think the main thing will happen when the system collapses? If the system does collapse, it's going to be I think it's going to be orchestrated. It's always going to be orchestrated or some type of form. It's going to be like controlled demolition. So things are gonna happen, but you guys gotta understand, like, it's happening because it was meant to happen. It's not like it needed to happen. And when it collapses, it's pretty much you gotta update the system. That's why they have to update the money. They're gonna make everything digital. Everything the new system is gonna be digital, and it's gonna be, yeah, everything on the internet and digital. They have to update the system. And it's just life in general. In this life, that you always have to change. You can never grow. You can never be stagnated. Like, just like you got to change what you're doing. You can't be doing the same thing you were doing when you were young. Like, that's what everything in life. When you have a car, you got to keep taking care of it. You got to do what you got to do. You have a pet. You got to do, like, everything you do. You got to change. So it's the same with a system. They got to switch it up because the change. So there's nothing really like that's really what the system collapse is just an update. It's really not even fucking what people think it is. They want you to think, oh, it's gonna collapse, because what's gonna happen is because they can easily do some shit where, oh, AI kills somebody, and oh, it's AI's fault. We blame AI. It has nothing to do with any of that. Like, they're controlling everything right now because it's their system. Because you start believing that, like, oh, the system collapsed, like how it has something to do other than what they did. Like, they're the reason why it's collapsed. Joe Biden said they went to Plan on X after. I don't give a fuck about that helicopter crash. I can give a fuck about Joe Biden. That nigga should be dead already. I don't know how the fuck he's still alive. Like, hurry up and drop dead or something. Like, didn't he have dementia? Like, I just don't understand how the hell that nigga is still breathing. Like, shouldn't he be in a crazy house seeing fucking hallucinations with his demented ass? Like, I don't see how he's still, like, alive. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's one thing they do with these presidents and these billionaires. They give them the best treatment. That nigga Joe Biden should not be, like, fucking walking right now, but they give him the best treatment to make sure his dementia doesn't get out of control and he doesn't go crazy while he's on the podium. So they gotta, like, do some shit that they don't give the regular people. Yeah. I'm not sure, to be honest. To be honest, sir, but maybe your channel on the other phone. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy though. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I'm probably gonna head out. If anybody got any more questions, I'll probably drop the link if anybody wants to join. I just dropped the link for a minute. But yeah, I dropped a lot of information. Yeah, it's been 2 hours already. Yeah, I dropped a lot of information on this video. So yeah. So, like, all the shit I talked about in this video, um, actually apply the information. Don't just, like, watch it. Like, actually apply it, try it out, and you gotta tell you one thing about living anything as a lifestyle is you always gotta stay, like, strong, because a lot of you guys, you're motivated in the beginning, then something happens and you get off track, which something is always going to happen. You can never live life thinking that it's always going to be perfect. Like, it's not about making it perfect. It's about when those negative times come, it doesn't affect you because you have the energy. But before you get to that point, you have to fucking build the energy up. So when things happen, because since we're under the zodiac, we're gonna have times where the stars aren't in our favor. We're not in the right alignment astrologically. So when these times happen, and they do happen, you have to learn how to write it out and not let it get to you. And then you'll say, "Oh, I had a bad day," but in reality, it's like if you knew you weren't going to be in alignment, then you'd be able to know to not do certain things and be more cautious or just be more disciplined. Because the days that aren't in your favor, these days you want this is the times you want to be more disciplined. But people actually, they get off their path and they'll go opposite because they're stressed and they want to just eat or do whatever. But that's not what you're supposed to do. You don't want to do that. You want to stay on your path and you want to do actually go hard at it. Because if you don't, then that's when shit will fuck you up. It will fuck you up. Like, you anytime when you have a negative alignment in the sky that's affecting your natal, that's the time you want to be the most disciplined and do what you got to do. You know, that's the days you really don't want to just be chilling and doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Because remember, they say that idle mind is the devil's playground. So where their mind goes, the body goes. So your body's got to go to a devilish location, and then you're going to be in the wrong place, wrong time, or maybe you manifest a situation where you may get a speeding ticket because you were racing. You're not racing, but you were just speeding. But then you speed all the time and police didn't get you, but they got you then because you were in a negative location because you were doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. So this is why you want to always have like be wary what you're doing. So you don't be in no bullshit. Yeah. Somebody says something right here. What did he say? He says, sometimes I hate his ass. Like, why would you say you hate my ass? Like, I'm not saying it as disrespect or I'm angry. I just want to know. It's kind of interesting and weird. You said that, like, sometimes, like, what's something that you hated that I did? I just want to know so I can come to understanding. I just want to know that because that's kind of funny. I don't even think they're in the room no more, but that was just kind of interesting because I just want to know what I did to that you hated. Yeah. But I've been just doing my energy. Like, I feel more relaxed, more chill after doing my thing. I feel more balanced in a way. And you got to keep doing this though. Like, every time you do this, you're building more energy. And like, I've been doing it 2 times a day. I'm about to probably tomorrow. I'm probably just do it all day tomorrow. I'm gonna try that out just all day throughout the whole day. Just do it. That's how the breatharians they be doing it. Do it throughout the whole day. And I'm noticing, like, I want to get the fuck out of the U.S. I don't really like the U.S. I'm realizing that, like, it just, I don't know. I don't like the U.S. really. I don't want to say I don't like the U.S. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like I don't like the energy here. I don't like the people and the energy here. I don't want to say people because people are fucking retarded everywhere, but I noticed that people in the US are just fucking stupid. Like, I can't relate to no one really here. Like, I know it's like I could carry a conversation with somebody who's a foreigner compared to somebody in the US for some reason. Like, I don't like people in the US in general. They're just dumb. I want to move out of here kind of, but I want to have a reason to. Like, I don't really because I want to get out of here, but at the same time I want to do it for a reason because I don't want to attract the same shit where I'm gonna go. Yeah, I definitely got to leave this city though. I gotta leave this city. That's for a fact. I mean, if I move though, I'm gonna be moving out of this country most likely. I'll be moving if I do move. I'm gonna be moving out of this country. Yeah. Then we 2 hours in. It's a long live stream. So is it hard to move out of this country? If you have money, it's not. It's easy as fuck. He's like, is it hard to move out? Ask yourself, is it hard to do anything that takes a lot of money? It depends on if you have the money and how you're gonna get the money. So it just depends. All it really takes is money. If you got money, you can get your ass up out of here right now. It just takes a lot of money, and that's it, really. Yeah. It's not like I would never come back to the U.S. It's like I just don't want to live here because it's just dumb. It was a paper. You just need a passport. All the papers you need cost money. Like I said, it all resorts to money. Like you need paper, all types of paper, money paper, passport, fucking citizenship. Well, that's if you're gonna want to live there, be permanent. Fuck citizen. I don't want to live nowhere. I just go on a visa. I'm not going to go live over there for permanently. Cause I like to at least move around. That's why like it's not even that I want to move. I rather just move around, like live everywhere. Like probably live in this country for 6 months and live here, then probably come to the U.S. Like I don't want to fucking just live in one spot for it. Like cause I like to move around and do go all over. Just stay. If I may like one area, if I like that area, I may stay there for 2 3 years. But if I don't like it, I'll probably move out. Cause it's not like I don't want to ever come back to the U.S. or nothing. I just wouldn't want to live here permanently, or pretty much. I just want to move around. I don't want to fucking stay in one area. I haven't really looked into it. But yeah, yeah. Travel life is fire if it's by choice. To be honest, though, like me, I don't really care when I travel. I don't care about going to go see the sights. Like, I just want to go move somewhere just to move. I don't give a fuck about the sights because I don't like it's all bullshit. I just like to go there just to be in a different energy. So like when I go over there, I'll be doing what I'm doing here. Like I'll be having my whatever I'm doing here, I'll be doing there. So that's how I want to go, not to go travel and visit because it's like I can give a fuck really. Unless like I was gonna go out there and do something fun, like I'll come out, I can do something fun out here. But I don't like the sightsee and all that shit. It's all I don't really give a fuck about it. See a bunch of bullshit Masonic structures. Yeah, Kaz musician. Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna get a haircut next week.
That's what I'm gonna probably do. Get a haircut or something. I haven't cut my hair for a long ass time, but I'm gonna get a haircut. Yeah. I want to get a haircut from that place, but the fucking dude, I don't know if the dude's still there because there's only certain people I want to get it cut from. I don't like to just go, but what country you want to go to the most? Um, I don't even know. Probably Nigeria to go see my family out there. That's it. Probably Nigeria. I don't really want to go too many places because everywhere sucks, man. Like I'm just trying to. I'm trying to where I'm trying to go is a location in my mind. I'm trying to go to that certain area in my mind. You know when you were like, you know when you like fucking, you just there's certain place you go in your mind. Like I could be like, for example, whatever city you're in right now. When you were 8 and you went to that same location, you're not gonna look at the place like wherever you're at right now. If you were 10 years old, will you be looking at the world the way you're looking at it? No, you're not. You don't. A 10-year-old doesn't look at the world the same way a 30-year-old does, or a 40-year-old, or if they look at it differently. Because even though we're in the same world, we're not. Because mentally, we're in a different space. So everyone's trying to go to. Oh, I want to go to this place. I want to go to fucking the Virgin Islands. I want to go over here. I want to go all these dumbass places where I'm trying to go somewhere in my mind. So like where I'm trying to go in my mind, I could be on fucking Skid Row or some homeless block, and it still looks beautiful and blissful to me because where I'm at in my mind is way better. So if I go somewhere like a fucking beach where that's just 10 times better. You see what I'm saying? That's where I'm trying to go. So that's why I don't want to go nowhere because it's the same shit. Like if I can't be in my location right now and look at it like it's bliss and look at it like this is beautiful, not because it's beautiful, but because what's within me, then everywhere I go is going to be ugly. That's how I look at it. So where I'm trying to reach is in my mind. That's through energy work and through cultivation of energy, removing blockages. That's where I'm trying to go. I'm not trying to go nowhere else. Then when I'm in that state, anywhere I go is going to be fun. That's part of this journey is doing the energy cultivation to get to that state. Because you thinking like, oh, I'm not material. I don't like to spend my money on. I like to spend my money on experiences, not material. Bitch, you having a desire to experience something that's immaterial. Why do you need that to be? Why can't you feel? Why can't you get the same happiness where you're at right now? Because you need to go somewhere. You need to spend money. You need to it's like your senses. You're tantalizing the fucking senses. You need to see something. You need to feel something. Same way as when you get something material, you see it, you feel it. It's different. It's because it's a location. It's all the same shit. That's why some of you guys, when you're like, remember you when you were young, you said, oh, when I was young, I used to be happy all the time, and I used to be this, and you used to be able to fucking out of you see kids at a playground, or they'll be like in a building, and you'll be waiting in line, and they'll be like jumping on the boxes and jumping on the trees, or because they're looking at the reality different, so it's more fun to them. It's not that they're a kid, it just you lose that because of blockages, because everyone's looking at the reality different. You can train your mind like an artist doesn't look at the reality the same way you and me look at the reality. An artist who knows how to draw a perfect picture, when they look at when they look at life, and when they look at a tree or they look at humans interacting, they see the small curvatures that I can't see. This is what makes them a great artist, because they can remember the curvatures of how life is, and they can remember it and then trace it. That's what makes a good artist. So we're all observing different parts of reality. We're not observing the same reality. So you guys got to keep that in mind as well. That's why when you this is why when you fucking develop, when you cultivate a lot of this energy, you'll start to realize that you're seeing, you're changing your perception of how you're seeing reality. So it's like an artist sees reality, a kid sees reality, then you see reality. You're miserable, you're depressed. That's not reality. That's just your filter. Once you release the blockages, then you're going to be able to tap in. That's where you want to go. So now because when you see kids jump around and run around and they're chasing each other, they're in the same reality, but then that's fun to them. If you did that, you'd be like, that's not fun. It's not that, oh, they're kids. It's because they're able to find the joy out of just being. You can still find that joy out of life. You lost that. You're not supposed to lose it. That's why when you were a kid, you go into like a movie theater, you go into a park, everything looks more immersive, and the experience is more immersive. And you think that's when you're a kid. No, you're supposed to have that when you get older. How you get that is tapping into energy cultivation. That's how you get that type of over years of time, and then it changes your consciousness to that level. But it's more, you're bringing that level to a level where you're an adult and you can actually use that energy, not to run around in the playground and act like a kid and shit, but to manifest, not fuck manifesting, but to live the life you want to live. Because when you're living the life, when you're being yourself, then you are all of that shit that you say you're manifesting. You're not manifesting that shit. You're working your ass off to become a healthy, energetic, free, energetically free being, and you're working your ass off. And then you working your ass off is putting you in that state where you're able to get all the shit that you need to sustain being an energy being, had cultivating this energy and doing what you got to do. Not saying we're an energy being, because we're obviously not any of this shit, but at the same time, there's a reason there's a word called energy and why we have to work with it. We didn't come down here just for us to not do anything and be anything and say we're not nothing. We obviously came here to use it. So I'm not saying we are these things, but we're using these things because we're here in the world. Yeah, you can't. I like how you said that. People look too much externally for peace and joy, and still always manage to find, because what happens is that if you can't cheat, right? So remember, since you can't cheat at life, if you're not, if something in you is bothering you and you're going out externally to mask that, what's going to happen is you may be able to mask it, but then something else is gonna bother you, and you're gonna feel like you're being gang stalked and the universe is fucking with you. But it's really none of that. You're not dealing with it. So when you don't deal with your problem, it's gonna always manifest as you not being fulfilled. Because if you have a problem, if you have to heal a wound internally that you haven't healed, and you don't heal that, what happens is that it it manifests as negative shit in your life. So you're gonna keep manifesting that shit over and over, and you're gonna think somebody's fucking with you, or you can never find happiness. Anytime you're trying to get something happy, it's like it's taken away from you, or you can't enjoy this, or even to the point where you start being depressed for no reason. It's because you can't cheat. You have to work on what you need to work on. So these people that will always complain about something, and when you see somebody who complains about something, is sometimes, because most of the time when you see somebody who always complains, in their reality, they honestly believe there's something that's a problem. You got to always keep that in mind. So if somebody is in a state where they think something's a problem that isn't, this just shows you how miserable they are and how lack of shadow work they have done on themselves. Because always keep that in mind. Somebody who's always complaining, they literally feel that it's a problem.
They feel like it's an issue. A lot of you guys think they're just saying it, just say like that's how I'm like if you feel like if there's always a problem, like there'll be people I'll be around and they're always complaining. And I will and it will get to a point where I'll be like, you don't have to change anything you're doing. And I don't have to change anything I'm doing. I don't have to fix the problems you're complaining about, and you don't need to stop complaining. But what we do need to do is part ways because I can't be around somebody like that. So I always will say that because I hate a motherfucker who always complains, and I know that they have something. I know that they think that there's a problem, and if you think that there's that many problems in life, then that means there's something wrong with you. So I can't be around you because you got too much negative energy, and I just get them out of here. I don't want to be around somebody who complains a lot. That's too much. Do you think blockages are created by demons? Blockages are created by you just fucking not being yourself. When you're not being yourself, you create a blockage. Things that happen to you in life can create blockages. Like you may have experienced some type of trauma. It can create an emotional blockage. So now it's something that's trapped within you. But these are all our own demons, though. These are our own demons. Nobody can put no blockage on you. You have to allow that to happen. You don't have to figure out who's cool to be around. You just gotta. People are gonna gravitate who's gonna be around you. That's all you gotta worry about. Don't worry about is this person good or just do you, and you're gonna. You should be You should be attracting people that are on your path. The more you do this, the more you're on this frequency. Yeah, yeah. But enjoy. That's the thing I want to really say is enjoy the process. You want to enjoy this whole process. Like you should be having fun doing this. In the beginning it might be a little hard because but once you get past that threshold, that point, then it's actually fun. You actually it's something you actually look forward to doing. Especially the energy exercises. Like once you do that, it's actually therapeutic. I can feel the energy in my hands. Like even right now, I can feel the energy because it's real energy. It's not like it's just some spiritual metaphysical, like because you guys think this is metaphysical, this is spiritual energy. What I'm saying, no, when I say energy, this is physical. This is can be the same energy that the windmills, you guys see the windmills, it's the same energy. There's when they have a windmill, you guys seen a windmill, it generates electricity. You guys know about that. So if a windmill is able to do that by moving it's the wings or its winds or whatever, its mills, that's showing you there's something in the atmosphere that's being collected. That's energy. So when we're doing this, the key gong and all that, you're collecting all of that energy and you're storing it and you're accumulating it. He said, I don't meet too many people in real life that think like this. Most people on YouTube. That's why you got to get to a position where you're about business, so you can deal with people in real life, but it's gonna be just about business. So like if you just find something where you need to work on business or make some money or some shit or do something where you'll need help, but it doesn't have nothing to do with spirituality, then do something like that, and then you'll connect and you can have those people help you build your shit, and then maybe that'll help you get to a point where you can meet people on YouTube and shit. Don't ever, because that's what they want, everybody to be alone and to isolate themselves and look at, like, don't do that. Like, I don't fuck with these sheep, but at the same time, I'm not gonna put it past me that I may need somebody if I'm trying to help myself build myself up, or if I need, I'm not gonna be, oh, I'm not looking for help. Because, like, if you, especially if you're getting up and you're being successful, you don't want to, you gotta want to get people who know what you're doing. Like, if you're successful and you're becoming rich and you want to hire an accountant, you can't hire somebody in your family or your high school friend or whatever just because you wanted him to be an accountant for you because you want to help him and he was with you, and then you can't do that because his energy's fucked up. They didn't get to that position, you got to it, so they don't have no energy to even get to where you got to. So if you bring them in your shit, they can only work with what they got energetically, and they're gonna fuck it up. So they're gonna end up probably stealing some of the money. They might misplace it, or even if they're like helping you out, making it good, and it's all legal, they might misplace it and fuck up your shit, and you lose money. Whereas if you just got a real accountant, they may have helped you out and made you some money. I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about an accountant and shit. I'm just giving you an example. You can't help people out in this world. Like, once you become successful, you can't be cool with people that you weren't, that you can't be cool with old people no more. You could be cool with them. I'm not saying cut off all your friends, fam. I'm not saying do that, but you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna put them on, or you can't put nobody on. You can't. Only people you can put on are people who are already, they already have their own energy. Like somebody who's already halfway where you're at, then you can work with them because they showed you that they can garnish energy by themselves. You have to at least let somebody show you that they can get the energy by themselves. If you don't allow them, if you don't do it like that, then they're gonna end up fucking up what you got going on. That's why you can't be too nice and be like, oh, I'm gonna have my friend help me, and I'm gonna, you got to get real people for it because they gotta fuck up your energy. Especially if you're in a position that takes a lot of energy, like you have a lot of money, you have a lot of position, whether it be knowledge or you got some type of thing you're doing, which hardens a lot of responsibility, because with power comes responsibility is what they say. So when you have a lot of power, not just with money, but anything that has power, it be go beyond money, knowledge, some type of skill, whatever. You have to be careful who you're around and who you even give that energy towards, or that energy will be taken away, or it'll be just used to destroy you because you fucked it up. Yep. That's a long live stream. I'm at 12%. I probably gotta have to go in a minute, guys. Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, it's a big month this month. There's a lot of astrological placements going on. Mars is conjuncting Pluto right now. That's probably what made me want to make this video, to be honest. So I'm just, today's a good day to just chill, relax. You don't want to be out and about because we got Mars conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. So if I were you guys, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but just don't. I wouldn't go around public places and be around a lot of people because a lot of shit can happen, fights, and
people are gonna be acting like demons because the energy, at least for right now, the people are in their egos right now. So there can be a lot of arguments, fights. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in the hood. There's probably gonna be a lot of shootings in the hood. Yeah, because it's a very harsh placement. Mars is conjunct Pluto. It's a lot of shit going on right now. A lot of ass whippings, a lot of killings, a lot of arguments and fights. That's the energy right now. So just be cool today. If you have to go out, just don't even. I wouldn't even talk to no one right now. Like me, I'm not even. I look at everything as like, what's the point? Like, there's no point of talking to you right now. There's a lot of these bum ass motherfuckers out here. They want to just talk to you about the most stupidest, dumbest shit. You waste time. You waste 5-10 minutes. 5-10 minutes is a fucking Qigong session. Like somebody said, every time I watch your stream, you're complaining about stuff and always crying. What the fuck, nigga? Of course I'm complaining because there's something to complain about, you stupid ass nigga. If there wasn't shit to complain about, you think I'll be fucking complaining? Use your fucking common sense. There's a reason I'm complaining. I'm complaining because there's a fucking problem. Go to the problem, watch my videos and see what I'm complaining about. Stop all that shit and I won't complain. The fuck? I am happy. The fuck? Who the fuck said, what the fuck does happiness have to do with complaining? See, you don't even know what happiness is. He doesn't make, don't, my channel's too deep for you. Like anger, sadness, complaining, that has nothing to do with happiness. That's how it shows how low-minded level you are. Because if you want to say that it does have something to do with happiness, so then that means it's safe to say somebody who's a fucking doing some serial killing, human trafficking shit, he gets happy doing that. Is that good for him to do that? So happiness is not what you think happiness is, nigga. You don't even know what it really is. A lot of the people you sit there and say, oh, that are happy and positive, these are some of the most fucking people that probably shouldn't be happy or positive. This is why you see situations, well, they'll be like, oh, this was such a good girl, or this is such a good person, but they got killed or something in an accident, or they got shot at a random bullet. Because this person was a fucking demon. They probably had a spiritual mission and they need to be hard and be on that shit. And they weren't on that shit, so the spirit took them to fuck out. And they were probably, it looked like they were a nice person, but they don't give a fuck about that. What's a nice person is the government and the system, and you following their program. Following the government and the system will get your ass killed if you're doing it too much or you're doing it the wrong way. So life's tough just because life isn't tough. Who said life was tough? I've never experienced a tough life. Everything I experienced was some other shit. It wasn't no tough life. So I don't take on that I don't take on that fucking, I don't take that responsibility or whatever that I don't know what the fuck the word is, but I don't condone that. That's not my reality. Yeah. But yeah, this is what I do though. It's funny how they didn't even mention all the knowledge I talk about. Like I talk about a lot of stuff that's deep. A lot of the shit I talk about you can't even know unless you actually experience something. So all those people that don't complain, I bet you they haven't told you something that could better your life. They don't know how to heal you. They'll probably tell you to go take a stupid ass herb or go eat some fucking cucumbers and watermelon and you're gonna be healthy. Not saying you won't, but they'll tell you some dumbass shit that's gonna take money, time, energy, and you giving your energy to this fucking system you hate. They'll tell you that, but you don't. No one has a problem with that. But they're smiling all the time. That's okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm not getting no paranoia or nothing. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Max just got on the check because you haven't been complaining. Yeah, I haven't been complaining. This is actually one of my calmest live streams. I'm actually not complaining no more. This is actually one of my calmest live streams. I usually go in. I actually be dropping a lot of more information on my live streams recently. I don't just come in and just start. Even when I just make a whole live stream of just me complaining, it's still you can learn some shit from it. I'm the only person you can fucking. I'm one of the only people that you can watch a video and you can learn something, no matter what I speak on. The Matrix is consuming you. Don't let these things get to you. Yeah, I don't let it consume me. Yeah, I don't let it consume me at all. At all. It has before. I'm not gonna say it hasn't. Like things have got to me, and to be honest, it was never really. The Matrix is never consuming. It's always been my emotional instability, and things will play on that. Like I've always. It's always been an inner thing with me. I've never had a problem or issue. Like I've grew up in a good home and like I've never had any issues. I didn't grow up in poverty. I didn't grow up in the hood or nothing. Like I've been straight, so it's never really been an issue. I've never had a problem. It just inner things that I have to deal with. Cause like there's nothing that's like I'm so strong of a spirit that like to me it's kind of like different and opposite. Like the spirit will put me in negative situations because I'm too relaxed and too chill. Because if anything, I like because I'm an extremist. If I'm like I'm either really chill or I'm really complacent. So it's a thing. So the spirit will put me through negative situations to make me take life serious. Like before 2012, I used to take life not that serious. Or pretty much well, 2012 is when my anxiety came. To 2016 is when I started realizing it and fucking doing some shit about it. So like and it was because I was put in situations that made me realize if I wasn't put in those situations, I'd probably still be I wouldn't even be like how I am right now. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good live though. I'm about to private this live though. No, I'm just fucking with you niggas. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm fucking with you guys. I said I was gonna private this shit. No, I'm gonna keep it up. It's a good live. You guys see how I drink and I spit it out? I don't swallow when I drink water. I'll swallow a little and I spit it out because I don't need to. When I just chug water, I don't. It's weird. Like I don't enjoy water like that no more. I don't even like water. So when I hydrate, I just swish my mouth. I drink a little and I'm good. Because I don't even need water. Because water is it's starting. Water is even starting to be kind of heavy and dense for me. Because anything you eat, water causes mucus. Everything causes mucus. I went on a fast for fucking 8 days, and when I ended that fast, I ate watermelon and I was coughing up mucus. That's what I'm telling you. Everything has mucus. Even water has mucus, but it's very minimal. And you need mucus to help digest the food. Like mucus aids in the digestion, so you can't even. That's why when you eat, you develop it to help, but you don't want too much of it. But if you had none of it, you'll have other bodily functions of having lack of mucus. So all these people, don't get rid of mucus. No, it's about having the right balance. Because when you eat anything, you're gonna have mucus. But when you're a breatharian, you don't have mucus. But that's because you're not consuming shit. You're not consuming, so your body doesn't need to make it. And when you're in a regenerative process of healing, like autophagy and fasting, your body doesn't need to make mucus because you're not eating, digesting, and you're in a healed state. So your body can even live longer or be more like it will be more stronger. You have more vitality. I was looking at something real quick. Yeah, I'm probably about to go in a few minutes, guys. I'm at 8% right now. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I was using my other phone. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Just having both phones on me, so if one dies, I'll be able to just. That's why I'm glad I got that extra phone. Yeah. Yeah, I probably got to do some more of my energy exercise when I'm done with this live stream. Yeah, I usually do it in the mornings and nights, but since I just started again, I'm gonna have to build myself up because I remember when the longest I did it was 3 weeks, and then I had stopped. And when I got to the third week, I could have done more, but the reason because the more you do the energy exercise, you gotta have to do more of it to feel it. So I stopped at 3 weeks, so now I'm starting all over. And if I do more than 2 sessions, it might be too much. Because if you do too much, you'll feel like a headache. Like you got to something like because this energy is it shit gets deep really. Like there's ways you're not just moving your hands for no reason. Like certain positions, certain movements affect certain meridians and it leads to certain organs. So you got to know how you're doing it, and um, you got to know how to like cultivate the chi, and then you got to regulate it and process it. Because if you just do it, the exercise, and just stop in the middle of the sessions without closing it out, it can lead to like last time I felt like the energy was still in my head region. It wasn't hurting me, but I just felt kind of energy, and because I didn't process it. It's like when you got to take a piss and you need it's like you feel a pressure. It kind of was like pressure was in there because you got to release the energy and shit. So you got to know when you do this energy work, you got to know how you got to know what's going on. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. It was good having this little live stream. I'll be back on probably in a few days. Yeah, I want to do another Qigong session for you guys before. I want to do another Qigong session. I want to do my fragrant Qigong. I think I did fragrant Qigong in it's a video of it. I think I had, but I want to do it again. Let you guys this because the fragrant qigong. If any of you guys who want to start doing qigong and the energy exercise, the first one start with fragrant qigong. It's the most easiest. It's quick. The movements aren't too elaborated and it's quick. So that's the one I want to. The fragrant qigong. That's the best one. And they're just quick little movements, and it's like a 35-minute session. And once you do that, as a beginner, you probably could just do that for one day and you be straight. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. Peace.